Wait a minute. Welcome to another episode of your favorite After Church podcast, the No Key podcast. I'm your man, Spaces,
It's great every day.
and we are waiting for Maul to pull up to the show. All right. So, Day, how was your last week, man?
Last week was great, man. Just blessed to be alive. You know what I mean? So that's great. Long day at work yesterday. Had to what you call bobtail back from where I was down in Indianapolis. Back here to Chicago. So what bobtailing is essentially driving back with no trailer, and in that event, it was actually snowing down in Indianapolis. They got a nice amount of snow. They got like maybe 3 to 5 inches. And here in Chicago, that might not seem like a lot, but here in Chicago, we shovel. We got snow removal teams and salt and stuff that comes out. And we're doing none of that. So just imagine coming back, with basically a rig with no trailer on the back, man. I was all over the road. I was out for a nice amount of time. I don't think I'd do that again though. I'd probably just stay in the hotel. I might mute it. Hear me? Baby. Mike. Yo, Mike. There you
Yeah. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I can't wait to. I'm waiting for that new Avatar movie to come out.
go.
Yeah, I'm real big into. My favorite genre of movies is sci-fi suspense thriller.
Did they do Avatar too? I'm not.
Dang, my audio messing up. Let me see. Let me try to switch my audio. Let me see.
Mm.
All right, what'd you say?
Did they do an Avatar too?
This is wild, bro. I don't know why this audio does that. Like
What happened?
whenever you start talking, like it's
Yeah.
delayed when I start actually hearing you. I wish
Yeah.
you could hear what I hear. Let me try something different. Hold on. Try something different. All right. Say something.
Something.
Mic check.
Mike check.
Okay, that's better. Okay. Um,
So I said, did they do an Avatar too?
yeah, this is
That-
the third one.
That's the third one. So this is like another 3 hour movie. 3, 4. I know them shits is long as hell.
I don't know how long it is, but it probably is.
I remember one time my wife was watching the first one. This was years ago, and I'm asleep, fell asleep while she's watching it. I woke up, she's still watching Avatar. Like this movie was that long.
Yeah, man. It's like a lot of people might not know, but well, it's unofficial, but I believe it to be. Avatar is the story of Pocahontas, just
Okay.
just in CGI and with real people. What's good, my guy? What's up? What's up, bro? It's been a minute,
Oh,
man. Hold on, let me.
what up, bro? What up? Earn dollars.
All right. There we go.
Happening, brother.
Yeah, man. It's that's that movie, sci-fi suspense. But outside of that, bro, I'm surprised you outside. It's not windy,
I'm in the house, bro. Everybody
but you
always
got
think
it
I'm out. I got bricks in the house.
in the house. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know it was
So,
in the house.
I
I
mean,
definitely thought you was outside.
bro.
Oh, this whole time I thought you was outside.
Nah.
Let's see. Hold on. What do you say? What do you say? Chilling, selling baked goods, like always. All
Go
right,
support
man.
our brother, man. Put your stuff in the chat. Earn. Throw
Yes,
your
sir.
stuff in the chat, man. Go ahead and support, man. You might have some local people or some people who might want you to ship them something out. Never know. Shit. You never know. Put your
Yes,
ID
sir.
in the chat.
You know what? Let me do way change something real quick, and we'll get right in. 1 second. So we'll start with the subject you sent to us. Hopefully, Maul pulls up soon because I don't want to talk about his subjects without him being here. But let's see. Give me a second. Here we go. It says the Air Jordan 11 Gammas released today at $235 and sold out in 15 minutes, leaving several people waiting in line for nothing. Okay. Oh, right there. You muted, bro.
Yo, what's up, brother? How y'all doing today?
What's up, brother? How was your last week?
You don't want to know. I'm out here playing 516. I'm out here playing firefighter. Out here playing trucker. All I'm gonna say is, bro, to all the trucker wives out there, boy, you gotta be a strong woman to be a trucker wife. Shit get dangerous real quick.
Jeez.
You know, they looking for a wheel or something. You know, yeah,
They looking for a wheel.
you
No,
want
you know what I was thinking though, right? I ain't gonna get into too much of specifics because we can get Maul. I mean, what's going on, bro? How you doing? This nigga said saucy Maul is crazy.
more sauce.
So I'm gonna just say this, and then we're gonna go with the show because you know my week was just crazy. Shit, I just really got in the house like 2 a.m. Every day I already know what's going on, what's happening. I fill in spaces a little later after the show or whatever, later tonight or whatever. But and this not a bad thing and nothing either. But every little bad, everything that me and Jay every day, every time it's like a bad storm or a bad something, me and Jay every day always together. So I always got my homie that every time, it don't matter what happened, we done drove to Milwaukee in a goddamn blizzard, 25 to 15 miles per hour, drove back last night. He did the thing I was on. Every time, I always got my brother Jay every day. And that shit, like to me, that's not saying it's a blessing to be like, oh, I want somebody to go through something bad with me, but at least I got somebody out there with me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you'll notice that, like, at least in the trucker world, you know what I'm saying? We knew each other obviously before being truck drivers, but like you want to kind of buddy up with somebody out there. You see what I'm saying? And have, you know, just knowing that somebody else is out there, like even if you see Maul note, but the older gentlemen that work in the morning, like those two guys is always
Yeah, I know
together,
exactly
two,
what you're
three
talking
guys
about.
all together. You know what I'm saying? So you always gotta kind of get you a group of guys because shit can happen. Shit can get ugly out there on the road. You know what I
Real
mean?
fast, real quick, like real quick. Real
So
quick.
that's
People just don't know. Real quick. Shit be sweet. You make decent money, but shit goes 0 to 100 real fast. Real fast.
Yeah. It ain't for the weak, man. Don't let no like they have a lot of the young ladies out there showing they got their little bodies and their little body out their little outfits and they want to look all cute putting the glad hands on the trailer and all that. Bro, it ain't none of that.
Hell no.
This is not a cute job, nigga.
No.
It's not a fun job. I mean, it's fun because I like driving, but you
Facts,
get
facts.
dirty out there. You see what I'm saying? You get dirty, it gets scary. It's snowing out there. It's first of all, it was snowing. It's like 12 degrees outside. So
Black
you
ice.
get right. You getting black ice. You got ice on the windshield, and it's freezing up on the windshield wiper blades. Right. So that's not helping. So you try and then not only that you try to use so the windshield wipers. That's not helping because and then the salt on the windshield. It just get bad out there, bro.
Yeah.
It's bad. I'm happy not to really be a over the road driver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get to come home every night. Can imagine being an over road driver, but the little driving that we do, Maul do more driving than I do. But you gotta stay on top of your game, man. It's not an easy job. I won't say that at all.
Yeah. And guess what though? All them little leggings and them booty shorts, it get real hot and it get real cold real fast.
Yeah.
So all that leggings and you thinking you're gonna be in flip, yeah, it's some there's some wild brothers out there being some flip flops. I saw a dude last night with some flip flops on in a blizzard.
I did too at 158. But
yeah, I'm like, bro, you gotta get your feet cut off. I know
that's
your feet.
That's what he had in his head, man. He hit Wicks.
You came from down south, thought this shit was sweet up here, bro. This shit is not sweet up north. It's not sweet up north.
Look, I'm like, oh, he must be from Florida or Haiti or some shit.
But yeah, I just thank God everything went smoothly or whatnot like that. Not gonna really go into specifics. I'll tell Spaces about the story probably when we end or whatnot like that. Thank God I'm all right. Thank God I think quick on my feet. Another notch on my belt. Not really that I want that type of notch, but just thank God that everything went well. I was quickly thinking on my feet and all that stuff. And hey, man, it is what it is. This is what I signed up for. I ain't gonna cry about it. You ain't gonna hear no tears, nothing. I ain't get off to 2 a.m. this morning. I started at 6 a.m. So let that be a lesson to tell you how long I was at work. So let's get it cracking though, baby. But I'm still good. I'm here. I'm blessed. God always got me.
Yeah, I once we kick it later, I got some stuff that's been going on too.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna chop it up tonight. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna probably close that motherfucker down tonight.
Man, yeah, I didn't even think about this. I've been working a whole lot of hours too. Like I think these past few weeks have been like 65-hour work weeks for me. So it's been sun up to way past sundown for me.
This is this Spaces? Jay, I know that ain't Spaces over there talking about he working 65 hours. Because we had to pull teeth for this nigga to go over 40.
He was doing them raids on the game he used to play on Destiny.
Oh, okay.
Raids.
So it must have the server shut down, so he ain't got nothing to do now.
And he shut down. This shit got old, and he had to start paying for his internet bill.
Man, it's just a lot of stuff need to get done, man, and it's not going to happen with me not working in the amount of hours that's available to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. You don't work, you don't eat. Let me get that.
And I was like, yes.
If I was you, I'd start selling crack. That's if I was you.
Hey, that's between him. That's between Jay and Jay. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
He might not want to, but if you need that bread real quick, crack always move. Go ahead, though, Space.
I think he might have to go to meth though. Meth for
this is going way left. Where's
just trying to keep you, you know what I'm saying, so you can do your raids, man.
Hey, it always reminds me, right?
Raiding in your crib.
Hey, it always reminds me, right, of this real, right? And it'd be like, hey, Holmes, how long you been driving trucks? About 2 or 3 years. You ever thought about moving cocaine? No, I don't want no parts of that. It's $1 million alone. I say I ain't want no parts of it right now, but in a few more years, I'll be ready.
Right. Yeah, I'm cool.
I don't want no parts of that, boy. That shit, you got the law and the cartel on your ass, boy. That's too crazy.
Even though I be thinking of ways, like I just be thinking that, but now I'm just playing.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get into it, man. This is something Jay Day sent to us. Let's see here. Let me pull it up, actually. All right. Let's see what's to it.
Personally, I know. All I'm saying is we will shut this down.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Yeah. Got work control.
We trying. We can't eat.
It's space. It's early in the morning and you'll get your it's early in the morning.
Oh, bro. Get over here. We about to go right now downstairs. Yeah. We all. I got you, bro. 1 second. I just got 1 second. I just got let me go through looking.
Yeah, basically Spaces. You can pause. That was it. So you can read the comments too. Just That's kind of what I wanted to get at.
Okay, let's see. Here it says, my mixtapes. The Air Jordan 11 Gammas came released today, so on 15 minutes later, several people waiting in line for nothing. First release since 2013. Miguel Smell says, imagine doing this for something positive. Mr. Felony said, I got them. Sir Page said, what they're not going to tell you is half the shoes being sold to them employees. ASAP Jersey said, it's not that serious to get them shoes. The sneakers game is back, says Streets Fresh, I think. King Box, I'm surprised people tell you, people still wait outside stores for Jordans. I was doing that 15 years ago. Yeah, got mine too. Them joints saying that they bugging. First time, huh? Rookies for real, okay.
Yeah. So, like to the comment of the one guy who was saying, what did he exactly say? What was that first comment? Yeah, imagine, standing in line like this and doing something positive. And to me, what's not positive about, just buying shoes? I get it, they standing outside. They standing outside clearly to kind of reserve their space. If ain't nobody killing each other over the shoes, look, I'm a Jordan supporter, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, right? So I'm a Jordan supporter. I didn't get mine. Like my thing is, if I'm not able to get it online, on the sneakers app, if they don't give it to me online, maybe I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say my little 235. That being said, like this whole idea that because people wait in line for sneakers or gym shoes or whatever you want to call them, like it's something not positive, right? First of all, it's a Saturday morning. A lot of people are normally off Saturday mornings. Uh, grew up back in the day, or you know what I'm saying, in my late teens and 20s and stuff. We waited in line for shoes, right? Um, Jordan 11s is a holiday release, especially these particular ones. They're always gonna sell out. People are always gonna stand in line. Again, as long as if there's nothing negative happen, nobody shooting and stabbing and stealing from each other. Like I don't see anything not positive being about this, especially when it's like standing in line for video game releases. You remember that? We used to stand in line for, Call of Duty releases, Halo releases, whatever was hot, the hot video game back in the day. People stand in line to wait in line to go to a concert. You know what I mean? So what's not positive about it? Just because they're gym shoes or because of Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? They're Michael Jordan shoes. So I kind of had what's you guys' thoughts behind that? And this happened yesterday, given that it's happened yesterday. Um, I was kind of curious on you guys' thoughts. What
Coach
up,
Bay,
You
what's up?
muted.
Cultivate?
Coach Bay, what's
Go
happening?
ahead, Mo.
What you want to go first?
Yeah.
I get the sentiment of everything what Jerry Day said is not no negative. They not out there killing. I probably did see, probably was some fights, but I didn't see no fights in that one where he was talking about. And like Jerry Day said, was because people stand in line for what they want. Me personally, a man that works. I love Jordans too. Jerry Day already know. Spaces already know. Shoe game crazy. Like I'm not gonna fly at you. Like sometimes I'll be shocked that I got all this shit. Like sometimes like nigga, you work hard, but you deserve whatever. But but if that's what you like, that's what you like. If you stand in line for it, me personally, I'm not standing in line. I've never stood in line for a pair of Jordans. If I got the raffle, I'll pay a couple extra dollars for them or something like that. But ever since because I only been getting Jordan since I turned grown. My mom ain't had no motherfucking money for no Jordans. There was too many of us. So a lot of this stuff is the people that's in my age bracket. The reason they stand in line and they do this stuff because the inner kid in us still want the fucking shoes. We couldn't get those shoes back in the day, and people don't understand that. We didn't have the money that we have now to get all the shit we want. So I understand it. I'm not doing it. I'm not allowing nobody in my immediate family in this household, what I'm in now, you not doing it. Nigga, we'll pay the extra $50, $60 or whatever. Nigga, I got a cap. Them was $235. The most I'll pay for them if I wanted them, and if I ain't want to stand in line, I would have gave a nigga $300. Do whatever you want to do with the fucking rest if you want to give them to me. But that's just me. I'm not standing in line for no fucking Jordans. I'm going to work and being in the fucking cold at 2 a.m. in the morning. I had to be to work. I'm not standing in no line for no fucking Jordans. But I understand it. I get the sentiment of what Jay Every Day said. I understand it totally. They wasn't they wasn't fighting. They stood in line peacefully. People always got to say, but like you said, we stood in line for video games and shit like that back in the day. We stood in line for concerts to get in concerts. Motherfuckers standing in a motherfucking Limbs barbecue line 2-3 hours to get Limbs barbecue.
You feel me?
So that ain't nothing positive. Long as ain't nobody hurting. Like, I'm really getting tired of people putting their nose in shit that they're not really a part of. Like, you only saying that because you're not really part of the shoe community. If you was part of the shoe community, you would be like, okay, I understand it. But you're not part of the shoe community because you that's why you're talking like that.
Black Friday too. Like people waited out line, you know what I'm saying, especially back in the day. Maybe not now or you know what I'm saying, but pre-COVID,
yeah.
As soon as them doors was open. Falling over. Like, come on, bro, stop it.
Yeah, and then it's waiting in line for what you want. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Like everybody has their vice. Remember, we came on here and we asked, like, what is your 3 top vice? And I think we were talking about it, and I said mine was guns, motherfucking shoes, and watches.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody has their vice. Maybe that's them people vice. Maybe they love gym shoes. Maybe they love collecting them. Mm-hmm. They're not out here like long as they like you lucky the same back in the day when motherfuckers was taking starter jackets and taking mics off kids' feet in the dead of fucking winter. You had to walk home barefoot.
Remember the gang said his one of his brothers or homies got killed over some Barclays. He's killing niggas over Barclays and British Knights. And
that's West Coast shit, though. That ain't Midwest. That's West Coast shit. That's West Coast shit.
Wasn't even wearing no Barclays.
Yeah. Barclays was nice though. I'm not gonna lie. Barclays was nice.
Yeah, Barclays was nice.
Yeah, but they ain't no mics though.
Really not.
Yeah. But I understand it. I get it. I know a lot of people gonna have some negative things to say about it, like they always do. But people stand in line for what they want to stand in line for, and if that's what you want to do, hey, bro, I ain't got no hard feelings towards you. Do what you do, but I know I'm not doing it. That's just not my thing. That's all I really got to say. I'm on the same sentiment of Jay Every Day. I'm probably gonna be on the same sentiment of Spaces kind of too in a certain way or whatnot like that. But it ain't really none of my business. I was at work to 2 a.m. and I'm gonna keep mentioning that shit all with my fucking pod. I ain't get off to 2 a.m. But go ahead, Space.
My thought was before I saw the comments. My first thought was exactly what Maul said. Standing outside, especially in the cold. I don't know how cold. Well, it was like a high of 11 yesterday out here in Chicago. I wouldn't stand in. I don't even like standing in line for concerts. I remember one time I went to a concert, stood in line a total of about 3 hours for them to be on the stage for 45 minutes. Like, no. And then, when they have concerts in the House of Blues, I hate going there. When I hear that somebody has a concert that they having a concert and it's in the House of Blues, I'm like, you know what? Unless it's somebody that like really cheap tickets or just trying to find something to do, I'm not going. Because in the House of Blues, you stand up the whole time.
Standing room only.
I'm like, I'm good. And then on top of that, depending on the person that is on the stage or what music they play, people start, all like, how do I like swag surfing? Everybody's moving all in the same direction at the same time. You can feel the floor kind of caving in under your feet. Like, no. So I couldn't stand in line for shoes. And y'all know I'm not really big on high fashion. I'm really best bang for buck. I'm frugal, right? So I couldn't imagine myself paying $235 for one pair of shoes. But on the sense, I agree with you every day. It's like I don't see anything wrong with people standing in line for what it is that they want, as long as they're not complaining and being content at the same time, right? So if they're standing in line, they're just standing in line for some shoes. We've on this podcast we went over videos about people fighting over J's.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole said, what song is that? The song with Missy Elliott when he was saying nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but you're perfect for me. He said they killing ninjas for J's. That's over designer.
You heard them vocals every day? You hear Spaces over there trying to get his R&B on?
You heard them vocals? We know Spaces can sing, man. We know Spaces. He multi-talented and he worked 65 hours last week.
But But
Go
no,
ahead.
I want to piggyback off what you said too, because you said 235 for some Jordan, for some J's. Me and motherfucker Jay every day was looking at some $500 motherfucking Chelsea boots yesterday.
Just looking.
Huh?
Yep, just looking.
But guess what? It's finna happen though. Jay every day talking that bullshit, but he finna get the goddamn Chelsea boots. Them shit's cold too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's all because I didn't get the Gammas. They didn't give me, so that means I got free money left over. You know what I'm saying?
But them shits was cold. I won't be surprised if me and Jerry Day fuck around and pop up with both of them on, because I'm sure gonna probably fuck around to get those too. Those
shit's
shits
cold.
hot. Yeah, them shits was hot. But like you say, ain't nobody, like we was talking about people fighting last year. Wasn't nobody fighting. You bought what you want with your money, and like you say, don't be complaining and don't be content. That's all. I just want to hear the complaints about it. Talking about you ain't got no money for your rent. Now you bugging. You out there standing in line for George, but ain't got no money for your rent.
Those are the people that I have issues with.
Yeah, I'll be with you on that. I look at them up for crazy and keep moving.
I look at them crazy. Like you said, Mom, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I look at but I'm saying like
if you ain't asking me for no bread and you ain't got no rent money, but you want to spend your rent money on your Jordans, not just Jordans, but anything, right? So it's just anything that, obviously rent comes first, and you want to spend your money. On a watch, on, you know what I'm saying, some hookers, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, to me, it doesn't even matter. Like, that's on you. You make it, but I'm saying in general, the experience itself is overall what's negative about the experience of just being out there with other people, you know what I mean, and getting the shoes, regardless of what the shoe costs. A motherfucker could have cost $10. You know what I mean? If you ain't got $10, you shouldn't be out there buying shit that's $10.
Yeah, and it's a community though. Like, it's a Jordan community. Like, certain people wouldn't just understand how certain shoes mean certain things to certain people. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody has a top 3 in Jordans. Jordan 2s is not in my top 3.
No, Jordan 2s is crazy.
But Jordan 2s is something. But that's your personal top 3. I have no problem with that. That's on you.
Not me. Just for clarification, he ain't talking about me.
But you know what I'm talking about though. But it's just a little jokey joke. Me and Jerry know. But as I was continuing to say, but that's on you. It's a part of the community that people like. Like, Spaces and me and Jerry every day, we like watches. You'll go crazy over a nice watch, a nice timepiece. Some people don't give a fuck about timepieces. You feel me? I got other stuff. I got other stuff that I got in my collection. Like, people will be like, "Why you got all that for?" Because I got it. It is what it is. Like, but like y'all say, man, to each his own. Like you say, you ain't asking me for nothing, and you ain't gonna get nothing from me no way, because I don't fuck with you like that. But that's on you. You spend with your money what you want to spend on. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I just keep walking and keep moving and look at your ass stupid and keep it going.
My question is, what is positive that they would be referring to that people will stand in a super long line for?
Dog, motherfuckers just be anything that. That's all.
And again, Spaces, I didn't hear it.
I thought he was talking about
like
what
they said.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They said, imagine doing this for something positive. What is something positive that people will have to stand in line for? Like that.
That's a good question.
But like I just
said, that lets you know motherfuckers just be talking.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Motherfuckers just be want to sound smart. That's it. People just want to sound smart and like.
And that's thinking right there, Spaces. That was thinking right there. You know what I'm saying? We standing in line for a quantum theory convention. You know what I'm saying? Got it.
But like you say, motherfuckers just be want to say, like I always say, you don't have to say something about every single thing that go on. You can look at it and keep on moving. Like, sometimes me and my wife be looking at videos and she'll be like, well, why is it? I say, is that your situation? Why do you really care? Keep it moving. That's another stupid whatever it is, and keep that shit moving. That has nothing to do with me. That's not even my circumstance. I'm going to keep it moving. Just like a lot of things we come on here and talk about. A lot of things you might care about that I might not care about. It's a lot of things I might care about that you not care about. But we're going to still talk about it because we got a pod. But a lot of things I just keep moving on the internet. It is what it is.
Up, sister, every day.
Sister, every day, what's going on?
Was good, Naps and Beauty. Was
I think
good. Was
also people
good.
don't understand, like you said, well, it's a culture, or what I mean, a community, so it's a culture. It's a culture thing, not necessarily saying it's black, but shoe community culture. And
Yeah,
then on top of that, you know, even if I'm, 40 plus buying Jordans, nigga, that's the era I'm from. I'm from
facts,
that era.
facts.
I'll probably always have a pair of Jordans somewhere. Even, as long as they buy to have Jordans, I'll always have a pair of Jordans, right? Even in my 60s, 70s, 80s on into infinity, right? Because that's the era that I'm from. I'm pretty sure people from, whatever, older people and they're younger people. Those are younger, maybe what's after millennials? Gen Zers or all that dumb shit. Whatever they got going on. Or Gen Xers. Those people, whatever they had going on, right? Like they're like a Gen Xer, they'll always have a piece of crack. They'll always keep a piece of crack with them. That's their era. Their era is crack. Ours is Jordans. Gen Zers is some gay shit. Let's go.
Let's see. So I was pulling this up while you were saying it. So it looks like the Gen X. Let's see. Can I make this? uh, I guess I'll go back. Let me go back. Can y'all see that? This chart right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
It says baby boomers is 1946 to 1964. Gen X is 65 to 80. Millennials is 81 to 96. Gen Z is 97 to 2010. Alpha is 2011 to 25. And beta is going to be 26 through 40.
Damn, imagine being called a beta. That's crazy work. But them Gen Zs
Beta?
through back them Gen Zs through betas, boy, they real questionable.
I was thinking that too because of beta.
Piece of crack is crazy. Wow.
I was thinking that too while he was saying it, a piece of it.
Yeah. I'm from Chicago, man, where the Gen Zers, not only are they on crack, but they wear Jordans too. Chicago is the only place that got crackheads that wear Jordans. I'm trying to tell you. Next time y'all in the city or whatever, look at a crackhead. He got a pair of mics. They might not be new, but he got a pair of mics on.
And you be looking at them like, man, I want those shits too, and you done fucked them up.
Yep. I've definitely seen some crackheads with some mics that I wanted, and I'm like, damn, he probably stole it.
He probably stole it. Okay. All right. That's it for that one. We move on to the next.
Yeah, we can move on. That was fun.
All right. Thank you guys for kicking it with us. Share this with two people. Let them know that your favorite After Church podcast is live on this Sunday. We did an early show today because we got y'all heard we got stuff to do after this.
No, I'm saying like Jerry they said, we got shit to do.
This is what Maul sent to us. And Maul, I'll pull it up so we can see it. Maul, I don't know if you want to ask the question beforehand or afterhand.
Let me see what it is. Let's see.
This one right here.
Oh, yeah, I got a good one. Yeah, go ahead. The question is, as a parent, what is best? Teaching your kid or parenting your kid? Which one is more important?
Things came up with my older son, and I was like, hey, man, go do this. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. You never taught me that. And I was blown away to hear him say some of the things that he would tell me I don't know how to do. I had to analyze that. Well, if you don't know how to do that, you probably don't know how to do this, or this. The first time I learned, my son didn't know how to pump gas. You don't know how to pump gas.
Pause it.
What do I do? What do you mean? What do you do? So the whole process, we take for granted that there are steps to everything, right? Like get out of the car, go to the pump. He was like, do I go?
Hey, what I wanted to say behind that, though, I understand what he's talking about, but your son not knowing how to pump gas is wild as hell to me. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Because there's plenty of times your son then probably been with his mother, and if he's got his little nappy head ass still in the car playing with a phone, and your wife or your girlfriend or his mother is out there pumping gas, you need your ass whooped. That's just to me. I don't know how y'all feel about that. But when I heard him say that, I said, bro, pumping gas. Pumping gas.
What is his son?
Like pumping gas, though. And he speaks really good. He's a really smart brother. I didn't listen to him a couple times. He come up with some great points. But just that one just kind of bugged me and irked me the wrong way. That if your son is 8, 9, 10 and don't know how to pump gas, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, it could be a mixed thing too, though, because in theory they're not supposed to. Just off the strength that it's illegal. It's a lot of shit that's illegal, but they're not supposed to. Yeah, you could probably guide them, like, you know what I'm saying? Because imagine, I get it, that's a woman or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The son's with the mama or whatever, but you don't want nothing to transpire where your 8-year-old son trying to be grown pumping gas and shit burn up. Shit could get out of hand. And you know what I'm saying?
Have a fire.
I think they have an age, like I'm not sure the age, but it's on the I think maybe 14, 15 is really the age. But you should know how to pump. I mean, as a kid, I wanted to pump gas, you know what I'm saying? But we
You
grew
want
up
to
in a
look, and
different
you
age.
still be looking to see what's going on. You'll be
We grew up
outside
in a
the
different
porch.
age. We grew up in a
That's true.
different age.
It's true.
We as
You're right.
we as
My bad, man.
millennials.
Yeah,
These
my bad. I apologize.
these is
My bad.
betas.
Yeah,
You see?
my bad. They're here beta. My bad. I
Yeah,
apologize.
these is betas.
Yeah,
So you got to
yeah.
think about it, man.
Yeah, go ahead and finish the video. I just wanted to come across that because
My
that just
parents used to let us ride in the middle on you know what I'm saying, in the car, you know, no seat belt, you know, we ain't had no helmets, none of that shit.
we
We
had no
different.
helmet. It's crazy.
No helmets. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they was parenting or teaching us. What was they doing? Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Putting us in danger.
Yeah.
So I just Googled it while you said, let's see. I just typed in Google, is there a legal age to pump in legal age in Illinois to pump gas? It said in Illinois, there's no specific law setting a minimum age to pump gas, but it's generally recommended that you're old enough to have a driver's license, usually 16, due to health risk from fumes, potential splashing, and station policies, though attendants are required at all times at stations when open for public use. While kids can help, the actual pumping should ideally be done by older teens or adults for safety. Okay, so I was about to be amazed. Like, there's a law for that? The heck?
No, I was saying go ahead and finish the video. I just had to pause it right there, but go ahead and finish the video because he made some great points.
All right, here we go.
Go inside and pay. So I pay right here at the. I was like, man, he always in the car. That wasn't a thing as a kid. When I was a kid, I jumped out of the car to run around and watch my dad. Obviously, we went inside and paid. This we're talking about the 80s, you know.
Yeah. I still go inside.
Yeah. So go inside and pay, then come back out, go to the back of the car, flip the license plate down, unscrew the gas, and with the key because he got the locking cap.
That true. Some
Steal his gas. All of these things.
Yeah.
I take for granted that we pull up all the kids and the phones and the tablets.
Yeah.
So I don't have time for this. You hop out, you pump the gas, and you go. Well, you're really doing your children a disservice.
Yeah.
They're not watching or seeing hands-on things. They're in a society of now or microwave or technology. I had to pull him at his big age and, all right, let's go. You're right.
Yeah.
Stand at the pump, show you, run your card, run the pump, do your thing. Obviously, show you that one time. You got it. Now let's go change the tire. Things came up with my older son, and I was like, hey, man, go do this.
How old is your son,
Okay,
dog? You said his
see.
big age.
Danny Wintour, we're busy parenting and missed the small lessons. So true. The life skills, I'm going to try to slow down and keep that in mind. Okay, so we don't do the whole get over here and learn this. You're going to need it when you get out in the world on your own, like the elders did us. My grandparents always say we stay in a hurry and stop doing all that rushing. They were right. Not a parent, but I had to teach my roommate how to do laundry. That's crazy. Facts. I realized that when my son was younger, I told my son to unlock the door. He didn't know how.
That's wild.
Oh, my goodness.
I caught myself telling my son tonight, "You acting like you don't know how to clean that up." The look on his face instantly let me know I never taught him how to clean up stains. Mm. Mm. So I don't answer a question with a question, but this is my thought process. What I notice with a lot of people is when they go through different things, and it's two thoughts. The one thing that I think it is, when people grow up in life and they experience whatever it is that they experience in life, a lot of times they're so busy trying to not let their kid live the life that they live or experience the thing that they experience, that they're not learning, that the kid's not learning anything. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. Because I'm one of them
Yeah,
parents who be like, hey, no, hell no, you're going to figure this out. I say, I'll be quiet sometimes.
Yeah, it's like you're so busy. Like you go through living in an apartment. You're so desperate for your kid to not experience what it's like to live in an apartment that you get a house and your kid learns nothing. And with you being in an apartment, you learned a whole lot of life lessons by being there. But then you're so focused on them not experiencing that they don't learn anything.
Yeah.
Then the other one is, yeah, you just never mind. I'll maybe get into it later. But go ahead, J. Day.
No, but my question is, with this video is, which one is more important, teaching or parenting?
Well, I guess the question to respond is like, what's the difference? I'm legit question. I don't know.
No. That's what I'm getting at, though. That's the whole premise of what I'm getting at.
That's
To me,
what I thought too.
Like I would feel like they would kind of, if there is a difference, they would go hand in hand. Like I think parenting is also teaching.
There you go.
I
That's
mean,
the same exact thing I was talking about. I asked this question to a lot of people, and they were like, "Oh, this and oh that." I'm like, "Ain't they the same? Ain't if you parenting, you teaching? Ain't if you teaching, ain't you kind of parenting?"
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you teaching, if you parenting, I think teaching is gonna come with it.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
then
should
ain't
be
you, if you teaching, you kind of parenting a little bit too, though.
Yeah.
So I just asked it to see what people's head was, but I think they both in the same.
Yeah, they're definitely one and the same for me. I was literally asking myself, if you're parenting, then you're teaching, and if you're teaching, you're parenting.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Like how could you separate the two?
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
say,
what did they say, yo? They say your parents are your first teacher.
Yep.
So.
And when you're in school, your teachers are kind of your parents because they're a little bit probably more. They kind of care about you a little bit.
You ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy, you ain't nobody to me.
But they gotta teach you and all this other stuff. Though. But I get you.
Yeah, you can teach me. You ain't my mama though. You ain't my mom. You ain't my daddy. Well, you can teach 2 + 2 + 2 is what?
3.
4. Yeah. See, he was taught wrong.
But yeah, it was just I thought that, and I found myself everything he was talking about. I think all of us do that as parents. I know, Spaces, you're not a parent yet. You're gonna probably be one pretty soon. Not throwing nothing on you, but I know you want a family. You want that. I'm not saying you in a rush to get some, but I know will be a parent in the future.
Boy, you sound like you got one coming in the next few months. You gonna be soon.
But Every Day, I know you find yourself sometime probably when you tell your kid something, and you be like, "Didn't I teach you?" But then you probably come like, "Damn, I didn't teach you that." You don't know about this. You don't know, because sometimes, a lot of times, we get on our kids about stuff that we think we taught them and we think we did, but only in your head you taught them because you're going through a lot of stuff in your head. So you think you probably taught your kids, but you didn't. Because I found myself doing that a lot of times. Like I'll tell my son something like, "Oh, you really don't know how to do this. You really don't," because it didn't come up yet. And 9 times out of 10, you teaching something when it comes up. You don't get mad. You don't want to beat them. You don't want no. This is what I'm gonna teach you right now. Like a lot of things, like we taught my son how to wash early. He washed all his clothes on his own. My son got his own little car, so he been pumping his gas. Only thing that haven't really came up yet, and I'm gonna just have to get out there when it get warm, is just changing the tire because it just have not came up yet.
So my pops, my,
I don't remember the amount. So one of my friends was telling me a story a while back, and they go to the laundromat to do laundry, right? And this is along the lines of they just didn't know. So you put the quarters in the laundry machine, obviously, whatever the amount is. So my homie went to the laundromat with his daughter. He told her to he gave her the quarters, I don't know how many, and he told her, pay for the laundry to start the machine. Instead of putting the amount that she needed to start the machine, she put all of the quarters that they had in the machine and
he
started it
watching
up.
everybody club.
It wasn't like $5 or $6 either. I don't remember the exact amount.
Probably
It
like a
wasn't
dub. It
$8.
probably was a dub.
Well, first of all, how old was she? Okay,
Oh, she was
was she 8? Okay, that's all
no.
right. Was she 15? Well, that's different. And normally you should have a little, it tell you how much it costs. You know what I mean? But was she
That's a
20?
good point.
It tell you, hey, fold out. I go to the laundromat all the time. I don't have laundry in the building or anything. So it tells you, okay, this is because they got different washers, right? Okay, this is I like to use the giant washer. That's a dub because I get to throw everything in that mug, right? So
Yeah.
that's a whole bunch of quarters. You
It's
know
a
what I
whole
mean?
bunch of quarters.
That's a whole bunch of quarters. But then also I like to wash my whites. I don't have a lot of whites. I'm gonna use the $4 machine. It's gonna tell you how much this shit costs. Why are you putting everything in there? What's wrong with you?
Hey, boy, Jerry, Mama every day taught you every day what the fuck to do. You hear me? He say,
Yeah,
you put the whites because I don't got that many in a $4 washer. You ain't put them in a
yeah.
$20 washer.
First of all, we don't mix clothes around here. We're not
That's a
washing
fact.
darks and whites together.
That's
You
a
know what I
fact.
mean? Not you know what I'm saying, not intentionally. Sometimes a sock can get
Yeah.
in the
A
pro.
shirt too,
But
right? You got to go in there, baby.
when I grew up, man, my pop, he would show me how he was a mechanic anyway by trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just come outside and sometimes just come outside and stand around. Hand me this tool.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That tool right there. And I do the same thing with my son. And I'm not finna sit up here and act like I'm super mechanically inclined. I could do some things, but changing oil is one thing I know I could do. So even a lot of times I have my son come downstairs, hey, hand me them paper towels right there. You know what I'm saying? Just be handy. You
Yeah.
know, it's like a lot of times with parenting, we don't want to uh make it uncomfortable a little bit for the kids or what I'm saying, like we want them in their own little world where it's like uh can I put it, like maybe we don't even want to be bothered. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be bothered with your kids, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You gotta be bothered with them. um and this is what a lot of times people ship their kids off to school. People think, oh, they go to school because they learning, right? But when those kids was at home during COVID, parents was having a fit, man. They didn't know what to do.
Yep.
And that was real parenting that you had to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's I think that's another part of it too, right? In terms of kids not knowing things, is electronic devices are their parents now, right? Or their babysitters at the very least. Like I've seen it in person when a kid was crying, or I guess you might say inconsolable, the parent couldn't get him to stop to be quiet, or just didn't want to be bothered with him, threw an iPad in their face. And you're at home, you're not doing anything. And to some degree, I'm not going to take it away from and say that it's not that big a deal, because I trust me, I'm empathetic to it. Sometimes you just don't feel like being bothered, but there's a difference when you're doing that because you don't want to be bothered, or doing it because that's just the solution to the problem at the time. So yeah, man, I think that was my answer to the question when you said parenting or teaching. I was like, they're the same thing. When you're a parent parents teach their kids how to live life, how to navigate through life.
Yeah.
So I was a little different though when with Jay Day when he was saying, "You're not my mom, you're not my daddy" to the teachers. My teaching was you respect the teacher like you respect me. And it was even got to a point where I was like acting out in class. And I was a little embarrassed to say, but this was back in the days, obviously. I got a whooping in front of the class.
I was that embarrassed to say. That's just the era
Because
we came up in.
That I was just acting up that bad that I don't know how my mom showed up, or maybe I think she just showed up that day. She just happened to show up that day, and I was acting up in class. She saw it, got a whooping in front of the class.
And guess what? Your ass whooping and your sacrifice saved the whole fucking class because everybody else was scared for a good nice little minute.
Hey man, it was quiet.
I didn't saw a dude. His daddy came up there when he was going crazy, bro. And I wanted to call the police. His daddy beat the shit out of him. I ain't do shit for the rest of the year, nigga. And that wasn't my daddy. I remember the nigga like it was yesterday. Nigga name was Kenneth. I think it's Kenneth Burks. I'm talking about his daddy used to beat the shit out of man. Look here, bro. When he come up there, like for real, the nigga had me acting right. Yes, sir, no, sir, after everything. Well, what? After he come up there, he get him right. I don't know if the whole school knew it, but the whole school was good money. After he come up there, he laid a smack down on Kenneth.
How often was this?
I think it happened probably once in 5th and once in like 6th or something like that.
Kenneth should have known better then. After that first ass whooping, I feel
like
hard
head get the soft ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah, they won in the thing. But I don't know if Jerry they like me. But sometimes when my son is in here, I just start dishing out orders. Hey, do this, this, and this before you leave this house. You got a car and all that. You're a little semi-young grown adult. You still gonna text me and your mama where you at and all that stuff and ask where you go. But hey, before you leave this house and you dot that door, I need this, this, and this done. If this, and this ain't done, don't go nowhere. Now, like I always say, my son will play with a lot of people, but he ain't gonna play with me. And I know every day probably the same thing because I done heard some stories, and that's his stories to tell. But I know, like I guess we went in the same or something like that because the way we was raised or something like that. Like I'm gonna have fun with you, I'm gonna do all that stuff. But I'm the daddy. I'm daddy. I'm teacher. I'm all that. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna get in certain situations where you're gonna play and thinking it's cool, and I'm gonna take it serious and I might hit you in your shit.
I feel like, at the end of the day, we all learning, right? There's like no rule books to this.
Yeah.
We all just learning to be parents. Growing is knowing like even the things that our parents probably have, maybe did to us growing up, some of the punishments and stuff like that. I think I maybe talked about on the podcast, but not to go down that road again, but a lot of that shit wasn't kosher. I was having a discussion with my mother about it the other day, like on Thursday and maybe Sunday, I forgot, but we was just talking and she was talking about how they got punished growing up. It was just the era. So I think we're becoming a little bit more lenient with the kids, but there's also a balance so that the kids don't think you like their friend or nothing, because I'm not your friend.
Yeah. And then like I always say, we can't sit up here and say everything our parent did was wrong. You take all the good shit that you want to keep instilling, and you just take the shit that was really bad and you throw that away. Like a lot of the shit, we used to get whoopings for damn near almost everything. Shit that motherfuckers ain't even teach us. Am I gonna do that to my kid? No. A lot of it's gonna be teaching. Like I always say, bro, I'm not gonna really whoop you unless you did something detrimental to yourself, this family. You can shame or disown this family or something like that, or you could have possibly harmed yourself or like ended up in jail or something. I'm gonna fuck you up then. But everything than that, I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and I'm gonna have a nice stern conversation. Like, don't do that again. You feel me?
Yeah, I took that concept from you. Actually,
oh yeah.
I learned like So that's a good idea there. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
because I don't think everything, because a lot of things kids do, they really don't know. Like we want to sit up here and say, like, oh, you knew better. Sometimes they do because they is slick, but a lot of times they don't. So we got to be mindful of that. And you don't want your kid growing up thinking every time a conflict or something happened, hands got to be thrown, or I got to get punished by beating or something like that. So that's where I kind of got that from. Like I'm with the whippings, but I'm just with the whippings if, like, nigga, you did something and the law is at my door, I'm finna fuck you up.
Right.
If you did something that can shame or hurt your mama or put your sister in danger, I'm finna fuck you up. But you not doing your homework or you not doing that, hey, that's a punishment of, oh, let me get them keys. Oh, let me get that phone. Matter of fact, let me get that bed and that phone. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the TV off the wall too. Get you a pallet and get them books. I'm that type. You feel me? It ain't because it don't deserve everything. Don't deserve a whooping in my eye. That's just me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't got some whoopings. I'm like, bro, I really didn't deserve that. Like I ain't deserve that. Some of them I probably did, but I ain't deserve that one. You feel me, man? You was bogus for that one.
Yeah.
No,
what,
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I already know. Don't say it. Yeah, I deserve the ass for that fight. Yeah, I did. I did.
Hey, so that's what I was gonna say. We got whoopings. I felt like a lot of times for shit that, you know, my mother would call them GP whoopings. You know what I'm saying? You getting a whooping for GP. You know what I'm saying? Like, GP is basically general principle. Just because I know you did some shit, I ain't caught up to you. You know what I'm saying? That's a GP whooping. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go ahead and whoop your ass because I know there's some shit you did. I just didn't catch it. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. But yeah, I deserve a whooping for setting fire to the house next door. Though. I deserve that. But they don't know that. And the statute of limitation is up. And I know my mom in heaven, like, boy, I should come down there and beat your ass. Because I was trying to figure out who started that fight.
Hey, I thought your hat was finna go flying on. Boy, I was finna style.
But yeah, like it's just like I say, like it's just to me, it's just certain things that you should get whippings for, and there's certain things that like, no, you shouldn't be hitting your kid. You shouldn't be them conversations. Because then you teach you teach your kid as growing up, a lot of things can be solved with just a simple conversation. Sometimes it's gonna be some furniture moving and some conflict. It will be. But 9 times out of 10, it really don't have to get that way. And I think that's what's wrong with the generation now. They don't know that sometimes just a simple conversation like, bro, you hurt my feelings. Bro, what you said was bogus or wrong. I don't think you should have did that to me like that or something like that. Just having a simple conversation can settle a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think what major issue with that is too is a lot of times I believe that a lot of kids don't get punished for bad behavior.
yeah, and you need to nip that in the bud when it happened. Because I'll give you one example, right? It was something, I used to stay in an apartment off Manheim. I was staying in my, my son was with me. And he did something. And he was like rolling on the floor. And boy, when I tell you I damn near almost whooped his ass real decent, because boy, we don't do that. Get your ass the
like
fuck
he
up.
was
We do not do that. Huh?
like freaking out.
Yeah, like just throwing a temper tantrum. We need to stop that now.
Yeah.
Because if you get in the store and do this, I'm gonna beat your ass in front of everybody. We don't do that. I don't know about how non-melanated people do, but we don't do that. And I'm not gonna let you get away with doing that because all that is a tip of an iceberg for you to do something else. It's just gonna get more and more and more and more every time. You're gonna push the line. You're gonna kick the can down the street. But you're right. When kids do something, you need to nip that in the bud right away.
I got some cousins, man. They ain't never got a whooping. And guess what? They are the most mannerable people. Like they are the most. Those are my family that I went to go visit in Charlotte.
Okay.
And to my knowledge, right? So to my knowledge, let me first say that. But my uncle, you know, he said he didn't want to whoop his children because they got so many whoopings. And he
Okay.
decided, you know, so to my knowledge, they had never got a whooping. Maybe, you know, it was other punishment and other ways around it, you know, given that he was military, so I'm pretty sure he figured some stuff out. But you know, it also means that every child, you know, if you could be creative in, you know, dealing punishment to the child. Doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be some type of corporal punishment where somebody getting beat.
You just reminded me of this video. I pulled it up. I can't speed it up, otherwise I would. And I'll turn the volume down. Check this out.
You done? Sound like you're still whining to me. You gonna listen? Because everybody see you acting a fool. I'm not taking you back into Walmart until you stop with your mess. We're not going back in the store until you stop with your mess. If we go back in the store, you do it again, we're coming back out and sitting down. And I ain't moving until I want to move. And I don't have to move. We don't have to walk around the store with your mom. That's a privilege. See, when you spoil the hell out of your kids, this is what happens. And see, that's our fault for being raised as ghetto kids and never having anything. But see, people don't know how to tell their kids no, even though they was spoiled or not spoiled. I don't care if you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. Don't put one in your child's mouth, because this is what happens. And then when you have to be stern and they don't like it because they spoiled, this is what they act like. I'm okay with the kids screaming in Walmart. What I'm not okay with is them not stopping when I tell them to. So we can be bored out here in this lovely old parking lot until Miss Ari Reese wants to stop screaming her head off. I don't beat my kids. My mom beat the hell out of me. I don't do that to my kids. Take stuff from them. I make them sit down. I look at them in their face and tell them I'm not bothered by it. I'm grown. Sometimes you got to deal with your kids screaming in Walmart, and that's okay, but not like that. We ain't doing all that. We ain't doing all that. Are you done? Are you sure you done? Wipe your face like a big girl and get all the stress off your face. Wipe it all off. Get all the stuff off. Because you're a big girl, huh? You a big girl? That's right. You tough? You tough? You want to go back in Walmart? Then you have to suck it up and act like you got some sense and like you got two parents at home that tell you how to act. You understand me? Do you understand me? You gonna stop? Look what you doing.
That
Yeah,
was
man.
that was beautiful. That
Like
was
a-
beautiful, bro.
That was just
That was
great.
good.
That was great teaching and parenting, all in one.
Yeah, I think it's easier to do that with a girl than it was be with a boy, though. As a father, you know what I'm saying? Your little boy gonna try you.
Yeah, for sure. And for people out here, exactly what Jerry Day said, it is a difference from raising a boy to a girl. You can stop all that equal shit. It's not. You will put your hands on your son real quickly before you put your hands on your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So stop all that. Where you can go, hey man, kick rocks and go in the comments and say what do you want to say. It ain't gonna bother us. But it's way different than raising a girl from a boy. People can get out their fucking feelings and thinking it's like, oh no, it is. It is. It's strictly facts is. It is what it is.
All right, man. You guys got anything else on that before we move on to the
That was
next
it.
one?
That was a beautiful one. I liked it, that one.
All right. Thank you guys for kicking with us and hitting the like button. Share it with 2 people. Let them know that your favorite After Church podcast is live. So we have another subject from Maul. And this one, it seems like it'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. All right. So it says 120K remote versus 240K in office. Let's see what they talking about.
Oh shit.
120K remote, fully remote, or 240K to go into the office. And I was like, huh? And without even checking their profile.
Only on this app do we have the goofy question of, would you take $120,000 a year to be fully remote? Or would you take $240,000 a year to go into the office, let's say 5 days a week? And the amount of people that was picking the $120,000 over the 240 need to be checked to see if they need to wear the coat with no sleeves. Okay, we're gonna lose out on another $120,000 added to your salary. Yeah, you're gonna be higher tax bracket, whatever, but you're still gonna come out on top. But you're gonna throw away another $120,000 a year just because you don't want to be around people? Are you insane? Give me $240,000 a year. I'm being in the office every morning with fresh donuts and coffee. Okay, for $240,000. Let's just say you're driving 35 minutes to work, sitting in traffic for $240,000. Okay, what y'all talking about?
I had someone ask me today.
Let me see here. They talking about Mateo says 240 in office. I'll show up on time. I'll show up on time is crazy. It said I take the 120 remote. F that office, traffic, and people. Everything isn't about money, bruh. I move closer.
Hey, go back. See, I don't like motherfuckers like that.
This one?
Motherfuckers always talking about everything about money, but you going to work right now. Why you going to work for? But keep it on. Y'all know how I feel about that. But I just had to say that.
So I move closer and be in the office every day with no problem. Money is not worth my peace. 240K in New York office or 120K remote, living in Texas or a lower cost of living in that tax state. That was a dumb question. It ain't always about money. Player dinner with Jay-Z. The brokest people be saying it ain't about money when it literally costs to live. Just like you just said, Mo.
Thank you. Like, cause that shit blows me. It really irks me. Like, people say that shit because you ain't got the money. And now, I promise you, them motherfucking ham steaks to motherfucking real T-bone steaks is a big ass difference, player. Medium well. That shit tastes different and hit different.
So this one said, it really depends if I can get all my work done in 2.5 hours at home or I have to stick around the office for 7 to 8 hours. 30-minute commute with 45 afternoon traffic, dealing with people you don't like, 120K me. But if it's 8 hours of the same constant work and a lot of Zoom calls and constant micromanaging / oversight, give me the 240.
It's nice out there.
Oops, my fault.
Now, out of the three guys on the panel, I kind of think I know where Space is going, but he might try to surprise me because I said that. Jeffrey Day-ass is up in the air. I don't really know what the fuck he gonna pick because he'll just do it either way. But I kind of think I know what Space is gonna pick, but he gonna probably try to do some other shit. But y'all already know what I'm going for, so we're gonna let y'all go.
240.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
You surprised me right there. You surprised me, Condell Spaces, because you. Oh no. You had a new lease, so I should have known you were going 240. You just started working 65 hours a week, boy. So you done came a long way. You hit me,
bro.
You done went from ultra light skin to caramel complexion.
I'm just saying, like I'm kind of like the people in the comments. I always wanted the benefit from doing all that work without actually doing the work. That was my mindset before. But what are we talking about, man? This isn't even a conversation that, to me, that should even be had. 120 in remote versus 240 in office. Regardless of, like he said at the end of the video, or people said in the comments, 35-minute commute to work, 45, even, bro, at 240, even an hour is worth it.
But
versus
what? I want to interject real quick, bro. With 240, you can live wherever the fuck you want to live. You don't have to live 30 minutes away from your fucking job.
That's what I was saying. Like, even an hour is still worth. The 240 is more worth it because let's take, if you factor in taxes, that 120 is dropping down to like 90. You know what I'm saying? So like, after taxes, that 240 dropping down. Let's just say 2. You're still on top. What are you talking about? What are we having this conversation for? Because people just, it's actually kind of ties into the conversation we were just previously having. People just people are just lazy, man. People just want to just be as lazy as possible. And one of the things that I don't want to say, I don't like using the word blame, but one of the reasons for this is COVID.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's social media too.
It's the reason why I say COVID is because, a lot of people, most people work average jobs, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say roughly the 20 to 25 range or 18 to 25 range. People were getting paid $2,000 to stay at home.
Yeah, both of y'all, I got to change my answer. Both of y'all right. Because, before COVID, people weren't really going for remote jobs like that. After COVID, they was.
They don't know nothing about that Spaces. You just randomly hit them up. You got to be from the culture, man. I'm sorry, Spaces.
That's a fact.
Spaces right. Don't know what. You just ran.
I thought you was going to grab the ball, though. You ain't shooting the pill?
I hit the pill earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I thought you shooting the
That's,
pill to pill.
that's just random culture shit where you
Yeah,
always got the jumper. You see
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit pure too. Ask
You up there
about it.
crossing
Big.
over invisible people all day in the house.
Yeah.
I used to, and then what you say afterwards, nigga, I used to be nice.
Yeah.
I used to be
Yeah.
nice.
Uh-huh. But
No, bro. I don't.
look, oh, so go ahead, Spaces.
That was it. I was just gonna just finalize say I don't even understand why we're having this conversation. People are just lazy. The people were getting paid $2,000 a month to stay at home when they were normally making like 650 every 2 weeks working at McDonald's. I really blame COVID, but that's it.
So yeah, I mean, it go without saying, I'm gonna take the 240. The way I look at it is that if I had so say for instance, your job is in a central location, right? I'm taking the 240. I'm moving not too far from the job, right? I'm probably moving walking distance or maybe bus ride distance, whatever. I don't even need no whip no more. I'm saving bread on that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, a lot of people in New York, a lot of people, and even in Chicago, like they live on the north side or something. A lot of people don't have
Had someone
cars.
ask me to
They don't have cars, so saving on a car note, saving on insurance, saving on really transportation in general, gas and stuff like that. Yeah, you might, you take a car when you need to, but they're saving a lot of money right then and there. Um, so I feel like it's kind of you taking the 120 over the 240, you're devaluing yourself. That means now we can offer the job for 120 to everybody when the job is really 240 because you want to stay at the crib. The job is worth 240. That's what it's worth. Because you want to stay at the crib now is 120, right? You think about the job and even saving money because you want to stay at the crib. That means they no longer need a place for y'all to come in and sit at, right? They're saving perhaps millions of dollars. We don't know we no longer need a suite in downtown Chicago, New York. We'll close that down. We'll save ourselves, what I'm saying, half a million, $3 million a year, right? We can save that money. We can save on electricity. Now that money and that's on your electricity bill. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how they cover it as far as internet. Maybe you get some type of stipend, but to me, it's 240 all day.
That's your taxes going up too.
Yeah. Also, yeah, ain't that some shit? Now your taxes going up because you wanted to stay at home, right? So they closed down the shit downtown. This is what Brandon Johnson, we talking about what Brandon Johnson is doing or whatever, helping companies do, right? Close down because they got to raise taxes. Now they didn't push those taxes to where you live at. Now you on the hook for those property taxes because you want to take the 120. So dumbass out of here when the job is worth 240. Boy, Americans in slow motion, I tell you.
Y'all already know me. Y'all already know I'm taking the money all day. When they lined up in my morals, let me get the cash. Like other people can talk all that shit all they want to, talking about you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Money isn't everything. Nigga, go tell that to them dumbass people you preach to or whatever like that. Because don't come bringing that shit to me. Because money got me over here living good. Money done paid a couple cars off of me. Motherfuckers get these bills paid. Motherfuckers allow us to just take a fucking driving trip to Columbus with our kids and be okay.
Literally
So
can't do nothing without bread.
thank you. And it bro, like and I wanted to ask y'all another question, right? Because I was thinking about this because when I was thinking about the money thing, and it kind of ties into this too. Do you think, because we say they or the people at power put this narrative out there that money isn't everything, but then you go and raise up everything and every time you I thought about this when they talked about the real ID situation and people that don't got the real ID, they're gonna make you pay every 2 to 3 months or something like that, like $45 because you got to go through extra screening to get through the airport.
Oh yeah. The TSA. If
Yeah,
you
so it's like,
don't,
okay, so they say money isn't everything, but every time you turn around, they upcharge it and they put a more fee on it, right? So who is this person or who is these group of people that started saying money isn't everything though?
I think money. I think money
Go ahead.
isn't everything, right? So money isn't everything. It's a tool to use, right? But you know what I mean. So I feel like people want to mesh everything together. Like, yeah, you can differentiate your happiness from money. You know what I mean? Your happiness from money, but sometimes like they gotta overlap. Like, everything is a balance here. I feel like everything is a balance where, okay, for this 240, right? We talking about the money for this 240. I'm gonna have to sacrifice just a little happiness or whatever. I'm not gonna be always comfortable, right? But I'm gonna have to sacrifice a little happiness or whatever. But I'm still gonna be happy because I got more than $120,000. I got 240. So I'm gonna sacrifice a little happiness. Yeah, I may not want to be around people or whatever, but it just kind of comes with the territory. Right. But also when you're at home by yourself and you become like a fucking recluse and you know what I mean, you just always stuck in the house, like you kind of develop some type of mental condition there too. So I don't know. I think people need to learn how to just balance. Like money isn't everything. You shouldn't be ruled by money. Money shouldn't necessarily be your motivation to do something, right? However, money does help. Money goes a long way. You're literally spending money when you're not even buying nothing. You know what I mean? You got heat on or you got the electricity on. You're spending money, right? Shit costs. Your Wi-Fi, whatever
You
stuff
using your
costs,
Wi-Fi right now?
right? So things cost. We understand that people. I mean, to me, your happiness it can't be that big of a. But I've never worked in the office setting, so I can't really tell you. I also like to put that disclaimer out. I've never worked in the office setting. I don't know how maybe chaotic it could be, as far as and stuff like that. Because you do, from what I'm hearing, you are getting a lot of people that's willing to go ahead and take that $120,000 and stay in the crib. But if I could we could be on this podcast, right? And it's kind of like working. And, people be at work and then they'll have a shirt on for their Zoom meeting, but they don't have no bottoms on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like being, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we on the Zoom meeting and then
Hey, I thought
everybody
we need
like,
a straight Winnie the Pooh, bro.
right. People, they've gotten real comfortable, just kind of working when they want to, moving when, and maybe that's what they're looking for, the freedom. But for me, again, I'm going back to the 240. I need that. Where they
But,
hiring that?
but bro, that 240 how you with like your kids get the finest of the finest now. You able to take with that 240 in that office job, bro. 240, you a nice manager, bro. That ain't just no regular office job.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you in the like nice 1%. With that type of job, you got people underneath you with 240. So that means you get a lot of time off.
But then you
That's
go
solid.
also you also have somebody say, well, at 120, I'm at the crib when my kids get here. You know what I mean? I can actually probably go pick up my kids from school.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? There's
but you
There
gonna be
need
a
you
lot.
go.
There's gonna be trade-offs, and I understand where people are coming from with the from 240. I'm looking at it from a single standpoint. Somebody being single, you know what I mean? I ain't got no kids or something. That might help somebody at 120. It may do help somebody, right? You might be secondary income at the crib where you don't necessarily need the 240, that we don't need both parents out, you know what I'm saying, at offices, where you still have somebody at home parenting the kids, right? That we talk about because we're in an age where people we spend too much time at work and then the phones do raise the kids, right? And things do happen and we're always at work. So for $120,000, I feel like there could be circumstances where that work. But from a single standpoint, and I ain't got, you know what I'm saying, ain't got no kids or nothing like that, I'm doing the 240.
But even with the 240, your significant other at home.
No, the motherfucker gotta go work.
Two,
You
yeah,
got, you
240, you at the
got,
crib.
You 4 to 6 hours. You got to do something. You ain't about to be drinking wine.
yeah.
When,
It's gonna work.
bro,
Gonna work.
To
when they
each
when
his
they
own. To each his own.
when
But
they start getting, bro, when the kids, well, this is me. When the kids get to the point where they in 8 hour
That'd be a
school,
dope greeter.
do something. 4 to 6 hours.
Better volunteer. So
okay. Ask y'all this. Let me put just a little stipulation on that. What if y'all came up together? You've been with your old lady since y'all been in high school and whatnot like that. She still gonna have to go to work?
She's gonna be doing something.
you gotta do something. You got. I mean, even if it's working from the crib, like if you like the $120,000, this is what I'm saying. Like if I'm making 240 or whatever at the office, you don't have to make 240 at the office. You see what I'm saying? You can be at home if you feel it's more comfortable. to be at home and work from home, cool, that's fine. So I would understand something like that. I was coming more so from a single person's perspective. If
Okay.
I had the opportunity to make 240,000 at the office or just be at home, just so I could sit up and, you know what I mean? Why not just go to the office, you know, and move closer by? But as far as like, but when you throw kids in the mix and stuff like that, that can become a little bit more helpful. Yeah, so it's a big, you know, pay difference, but it can help your kids because at the end of the day, and then that's when somebody can say, well, you know what, money isn't everything, right? Because I'd rather invest the time with my kids, rather be at home, rather be able to pick up my kids from school, rather be able to help them with homework because making $240,000, I guarantee you it's gonna be long days. I guarantee you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's gonna be time where you gotta maybe take trips and stuff like that. Or you gotta be out of town. There's gonna be times where you're gonna have to be away from those children. So, you know.
I hear what you're saying, Day, and I agree with I have that empathy as well and understanding.
Mhm.
If people choose the 120 and the convenience of being at home, you already have whatever else. It's substantially more convenient for you to get certain things done for yourself or for your family, whatever. Think about this, right? The average median household income in America is $83,000 last I checked. You alone will be making $240,000. You make 3 times the median income in America. No, I can't get with that, man. I'm that's where I'm on a sentiment with a little bit with Maul. Like whoever it is, when I get to the point where I'm making 240, you're not gonna be sitting and drinking wine all day. You're gonna be doing something, but find a little 8 to 2 or 8 to 12 that's not going to interfere with the kids having to go to school, and it's not going to interfere, like you being there is not going to interfere with them the kids having to pick you up. But if you have kids, that's even more of a reason to do the 240.
Yeah.
You say it's more of a reason if you have a spouse that's working, you telling me it's more of a reason for you to go do 240?
Say it again.
If you have a spouse that's working, so it's not all on you, right? You have a spouse that's working. Even if it was all on you, once you add kids to the game, it completely changes, right? Because you kind of got to work your schedule also around your children, right? So yeah, you may make 240, which is fine, but okay, who's gonna pick up your kids from school? Who's gonna do X, Y, and Z? Those are the things that a lot of times people don't pay attention to. That you know what I mean? Like, so if you had the opportunity to still keep your job and make $120,000 a year, I'm not saying that's ideal, but y'all niggas like the word sacrifice, right? Well, here's the sacrifice that you're gonna have to do, right? You're gonna have to take that sacrifice because you want the betterment of your children. You don't want people. You don't want to leave your children around. You know what I'm saying? Letting different people watch your kids. That's how shit happen. You know what I mean? So I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, a person be at home watching my children. You know what I mean? The parent be at home watching the children than anything else. So again, that's when you have kids. If you're a single person or whatever, go ahead, make 240. You know what I mean? If both of y'all are married and don't have children, make 240. You know, that's to me, that's fine. But I do feel like there can be stipulations where, well, not stipulations, but instances or something where that actually can work for a family. You know what I mean? Because it does become, to me, money isn't everything. Because if something does happen to your child, then it becomes tee up time. It becomes turn up time, right? And that 240 ain't gonna do nothing. You're gonna want to turn up. So you rather have somebody at home at 120, so you ain't got to do that. Otherwise, because you're gonna lose that whole 240 in jail anyway.
You muted them all.
I say, yeah, that's a fact. But no, what I was saying though is when I'm making a 240, I'm thinking about if I had my spouse for a long number of time. No, you ain't got to work because I know we've been locked in for so long. So I'm on that. But now you're telling me if I met my spouse, I was already making a 240, then I met my spouse. Yeah, your ass still got to work. I'm not trying to hear that. See, that's the difference.
He said 240. If I make 240, you still working, right? Yes.
No, but see, I'm saying to me is if we came through, like, and I get you because you and your wife been together for a minute. Y'all been like, well, Jay every day young, but Jay every day been married decent.
He been in the game for a
Yeah,
minute.
he been decent. He been decent. He done had it. Like, she straight, 401k straight and all that. She good. Insurance money, all that, she good. But what I'm saying is, if I'm going on the thing, because I look at it like this, people start making that money and thinking shit sweet, and then you get in one of the night, no, we're not doing that. You still working. You still got to do some stuff. If we came up, I got kids by you, and we done came up together, we was poor and broke, okay, I can understand that. Maybe if you want to work and all that, I got you. Don't even worry about that. We make 240, we good. Because we came up together. I'm saying that's the only difference. But now if you made the 2K, I was already making the 240, and then I met you, no, you ain't put in on this. You went in the gym with me shooting. You weren't passing me the ball. No, this don't work like that.
Here's my question about that. You make it when I'm thinking from the standpoint, because we can have a conversation with the 240 from a homeschooling with the kids standpoint and the 240 with the kids going to school, like a public school standpoint. I'm thinking from a public school standpoint.
Yeah.
When the kids get to a point where they're spending at least 8 hours a day, that's not including what in my school called 0 hour, which is the class before the school actually starts. And then they're not in a sport or something after school, at least 8 hours a day at school. What is she doing that whole time?
Whatever fuck that's her. She can do whatever she want to do. That's just me. I'm not saying like you. I understand where y'all coming from. I'm not questioning what y'all doing ever. I'm just saying from me, my standpoint, if you came up with me, we've been talking and going together since high school, right after high school, right in college, and I didn't have this. And I all of a sudden get it with you and you grow with me to this, yeah, you can stay home. I got you. I ain't worried about that. But now, if I get to you after college and after all this, now you're going to have to work, baby. I don't know you like that.
I guess the question is, though, Maul, for me would be like, okay, it would be like, yeah, I understand I get to stay at home, but damn, do I want, what's my ambition? You see what I'm saying? I would have to question the woman. I would have to question the woman's ambition, even if I said, well, I'm making 240, you can stay at the crib.
Yeah,
okay. Now I'm looking, okay, at the end of the day, I'm looking like, damn, she don't want to take no classes. She don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You know,
she don't want to be my assistant and that. Like, I understand. I totally get it. I get everything you just said. And I'm with you on that. We're going to help get you an ambition. But to me, you don't have to if you don't want to. But we could get you some ambition and do all that stuff if you want to. I'm not opposed to it. But I'm also not opposed to, if you want to take a couple years and just sit down and chill, we can do that too. It's all up to you and what we want to do. But after a while, I'm going to be like, hey, you're going to need something to do because you study bugging the shit out of me. That too. Because you know when the motherfuckers at home and they done did all the shopping they can did all this home improvement, they done did everything they could do, motherfuckers start bugging you now. Now they fucking up the 240. Now we got to find you something to do. Because you're fucking up the 240.
Home improvement is fine. That's you doing some work. You know what I mean?
So we can find something for you to do. We can find something for you to do. But just to me, it just go from a thing to me is you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. If I made this, I was already making this, and then you come in my life, nah, baby, you can't, you got to work. If you was with me already, we can do what you want to do. We're going to find something for you to do. But if you want to do it, cool. If you don't, you do it. You can take years off, years on, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. I'm not tripping on that. That's what I'm saying.
One of the things I noticed about, you know, a lot of women in particular is one of the worst things you can do is allow them to get bored. You got to find like Jay said it earlier. You can do some volunteer work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can.
The one thing that I think makes the most sense, just in my mind, if I make a 240, get into real estate.
That's true. You can help us. You can help us flip this and make more though. You can start trading and stocking and doing all that at home too though. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying we have that option for you to do what you want to do. But I already know the answer to mine. Mine ain't gonna do shit. Watch this. Hey, Jennifer. See, I just told y'all.
She said no.
She ain't doing shit. I have to make her. She ain't doing it. But that's okay because she been with me before I even was making that money. So I'm cool with that. We gonna find you something to do, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool because she's been down. I ain't had shit. She was right there with me, and I'm cool with that. Now, if you come in after I done made this, no, you don't get no dibs on this, baby. You ain't put in on this. You don't get no dibs on this. You get nothing. Give me that rice. Give me all that. Give me all. Let me get all that. Let me get that.
And not really even to shift the conversation. I feel like a lot of men, the issue is with a lot of men, they'll lead, in new in the relationship, so they'll lead with their finances.
Yeah, no.
Thus telling thus telling a motherfucker how much they make.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So in telling somebody how much they make, like that to me that still should be private information. You really
yeah,
shouldn't even be knowing how much I make.
yeah.
You know what I
What
mean?
you do that for?
You can have an idea. You can Google this shit. You know what I mean? You can go on LinkedIn and they'll maybe give you an idea about, but you ain't gonna know how much I make,
For fact.
right?
like in in the initial dates, or you like ever?
Yeah, and even in no, I'm talking about in like initial relationship, you courting a person or whatever, and the guys he's leading with his finances, right? So
Oh,
he,
I agree.
because he may, you kind of want to show out a little bit or whatever. Well, what kind of work you do? Well, I'm some type of executive advisor in downtown. Niggas do that type of stuff. So, and then somehow it becomes, I make this amount of money. I've even heard in general, right? And I'm not gonna say, but where we work at, right? There's guys that will literally show people their 401k. This is what niggas is doing.
And
And
guess
look,
what
I
she
got
do? Her
right. She fly.
flirtation shit just went up on 1 million because she finna get that up out you.
Right, and he's thinking he's trying to impress, right? And all she may see is dollar signs. Oh, look,
That's
I got $1 million on my 401k. Nigga, you've been here 45 years. You should have $1 million. Should
and
have two.
that really that's just light work of how much shit you should have been doing on your own.
Yeah. So, but there's guys that lead like that, just new in the relationship or whatever. They want to stunt or whatever. It's just like, bro, should nobody even really be knowing how much you make? Like that's your business,
Hell no. Cause I ain't
and
gonna lie
vice
to you.
versa.
Well, I told my wife one time what I made. She said, "What?" She said, "What?" Oh, okay. And you right? Because you keep going. I don't want to talk too much, saying too much.
And you see me, well, I just smiling.
Nothing.
All right, man. That's all y'all got for that. We move on to I got two more things. One of the things that I just remembered that I wanted to talk about today, but two more subjects. I think we can fit it in the about a 2-hour mark. You guys got anything else for this before we move on?
No. That was pretty cool. Let's go.
Thank you guys for kicking it with us. Make sure you hit the like button and share this with 2 people. Let them know that your favorite After Church podcast is live. So I'm sure you guys are more into sports, so you probably have seen this. Have you heard of the scandal about Sharon Moore, the Michigan football coach?
Goddamn mother man, motherfucker man.
So pull up the video here. So for those of you that don't know, Sharon Moore was a Michigan football coach who was making basically $6 million a year over the next 5 years. So $30 million.
Ho. I thought it was more on the lines of like 13. It was only 6.
Well, let's see.
Because I thought he had like a $13 million. No, that might be crazy. That's top of line. My bad. I might be tripping. I think that's top notch coaches. I might be tripping.
And he was at
Police in
Michigan.
Michigan are investigating an alleged assault, and a prosecutor is reviewing charges against former University of Michigan football coach Sharon Moore. The university says Moore was fired after an investigation found credible evidence that he was engaged in a, quote, inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Let's bring in CBS News national correspondent Jerika Duncan live for us tonight. Jerika, what do we know about Moore's arrest?
Well, we're learning new details based on some audio that has been released on Broadcastify. And I'm just looking at something we learned recently where one of the 911 operators is saying, according to our victim here, he did put a knife to his throat and ran off. Then it goes on to say he walked out with several knives and that there was a mention about U of M. So this is giving us a little bit more information about what may have allegedly transpired when police arrived at this home where they arrested him. Remember, this came on the same day that he was fired. Officials at the University of Michigan saying that he was fired because he had an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. We've, of course, reached out to his family to see if he had any comment. We have not heard back from him. But as of right now, he is behind bars at a county jail. And we're also learning that he's expected to be arraigned tomorrow. Officials tell us that he has not formally been charged with anything, but that they would release that information after the arraignment, which is expected tomorrow afternoon. So people that I've spoken to, a longtime voice of the Wolverines, Jim Brandsetter, said this is devastating to that program just because there have been a number of scandals. If you've been following the University of Michigan football team over the years, it's a coveted role to be the head coach. In this case, Moore was making, I think, $5.5 million a year.
Wow.
So this is all eyes on Michigan because of what it represents, not just to Ann Arbor, to Michigan University, but the conference as a whole, to college football as a whole. And many that I know who were either have interviewed him before or have been in close proximity to him say they don't understand it, but it is quite the downfall. This is a married man with at least one daughter that we know of that he's spoken of on his social media page. And a lot of students have expressed being concerned and devastated. The team has a game at the end of the month, the Citrus Bowl. But a lot of folks that we've spoken to throughout the day, just trying to gain more information about what exactly happened, said they are completely shocked by this news.
Yeah, a lot of legendary coaches and players have come out of the University of Michigan's football program. Jarek, are we getting any idea of when the athletic director and the school found out about the alleged inappropriate relationship with the staff member?
CBS Sports reports that this investigation into him actually started about a month ago. So I think we'll learn more again about that potential criminal piece at that arraignment tomorrow. But as of right now, we know he's still behind bars. We know that the team, I'm sure, is trying to deal with this the best way they have. They still have a big game coming up, as I mentioned, in a couple of weeks. But definitely not something I think a lot of people who are close to this football team or have covered this football team would have expected.
Yeah, certainly not.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that. This is crazy. Who is the woman in question? Hello? Amy?
Yeah, I
Who
can hear
is
you.
the
I hear
woman
you.
in question? This is Ann Arbor, Michigan. What does she look like?
My milk of
Michigan.
magnesia. You hear me?
My milk of
Milk of
magnesia.
magnesia. You hear me?
What does this lady look like? I am curious. Michigan is a top 25 university, period. I'm talking about from an educational standpoint.
Everything,
Right. So I'm curious on this nigga got hit with the okie doke. They done finesse that boy up out his job.
bro. Nigga
He
say,
ain't allowed himself got finessed, my boy.
look here.
Mm.
He done got her pregnant. He done made her get an abortion. Bro, he done gave her a 50% raise. Bro, everything coming out about this boy. Hey, man, pull up a Dr. Umar, man. Dr. Umar told you niggas about playing in snow with no jacket on.
So she was really milk of magnesia?
But both, his wife and his side piece.
Oh. Y'all niggas don't learn, do you?
He
You
like
niggas
playing
don't
with
learn.
that white girl. And I ain't talking about the one that's for your nose.
How old is he, man? Hey, let me see how old he is, man. How old is this dude, man?
See, he was like somewhere like mid-30s.
He like
Mid
our
30s.
age. He right up in the first. He around our age.
He look older.
Oh, he's 39.
After he went through this, he looked older. You should have saw him when he was sitting down to get a rain.
Seen him. He look crazy. I thought he was older. That's what I thought he was in his 40s.
Nigga aged 20 years in 2 days.
Goodness. My goodness. Boy, they didn't set him up for the okie doke, man.
Bro, how you let some motherfucking white vagina finesse you out of $3 to $5 million a year? Like Jerry Day said, Michigan ain't no slouch. Michigan already hired you. I think, was he the first black coach in Michigan? I think he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They gave you a shot and you ran his sleep. Like, bro, you can sleep with anybody else. Why are you messing with a motherfucking staffer?
I was the okie doke, though. You know, I believe they put shit in play, man.
Bro, look
They
here.
know.
Detroit got the Pistons and they got the Detroit Lions. They still not got shit on motherfucking Michigan University. Michigan run that state. The football team, they run that. and you get caught doing what you're doing with that, well, I ain't gonna even say with that because that sounded like whatever. But I'm just saying, you get finesse by messing with. I don't even want to just put it on just a white, just any type, any like period.
Oh man,
that's crazy to me.
So it looks like, according to this is. Let me see if the picture shows up. I guess it's not going to show up. I'll just pull it up this way. Hold on, because I don't know. I didn't hear anything about the name of the mistress or the girl.
Bro,
but this is
white.
I was just looking up how old he was, and this is what popped up right here in the top left page. Shiver.
Mom, milk and magnesium.
Now I don't know if that's her officially, but that's just what popped up. And then I was reading an article. It didn't say that it wasn't her. So,
and guess what? Guess what? She wasn't even the one that was tripping. He got caught by his wife and started bugging out. She didn't got an abortion for this man. A deletion. It's okay. We can say that because since Trump in office, we can say okay, yeah, we're cool. Yeah. Okay. So she didn't got a deletion for this man. She didn't did all this stuff. It wasn't even her tripping. She played her role. This dude went crazy and went over there acting all fool, talking about she ruined his life. She wasn't the one tripping. She knew her place. She stayed at her place. He started tripping.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let me get a little bit more.
I think it was a story like allegedly. I'm going by reports that I've heard on the thing, but allegedly him and his wife got into it. He went over her house, banging on the door with a knife or whatever, saying that you ruined my family, you ruined all this and all that other stuff. She didn't got a deletion and everything for this man. She stayed down and all that stuff. She played her role.
I've been hearing all types of different conflicting stories. So what I did was I just typed in, as y'all see at the top, who was Sharon Moore's mistress. So it says, while the University of Michigan has not officially named the staff member involved in the scandal with former head coach Sharon Moore, public records and numerous media reports identify her as Paige Shiver. So that's the second piece of information saying it is possibly her. So, when I heard this,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When I heard this story, early into me finding out about the story, they were talking about him getting arrested, and in my mind, I was like, "Wait, arrested for an affair? What's going on here?" Like, I never heard that. Is there some sort of law or whatever? Now, generally speaking, how married people do their thing, or how people generally speaking, I don't, unless they make the information public, I aim to stay away from married relationships or whatever they got going on. So I personally don't care about that. Now, if it's a situation where, which obviously was the case, that his job said that you cannot, no fraternization, which is the case with basically every job.
I was just going to say that, Space. Anybody, because him being a football coach, he's the higher up of the whole, he got a whole staff underneath him.
Yeah.
Like he got the equipment manager, he got assistant coaches, he got the athletic trainer, he got everything. Only thing that's above him is the athletic director.
Yeah. So
you can't do none of that when you that type of power. No, you can't. Like you couldn't go get anything else. You couldn't get anything else in Harbor, Michigan. Ann Arbor. I'm sorry, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
And that's what killed me about it. So if it's against the rules and you went against the rules, then you suffer the consequences of breaking the rules. Now, him having I don't.
Bill Clinton was breaking the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
He was getting Bill Clinton.
Oh,
Bill Clinton. When nobody saw, he still kept his job.
But does that okay.
I'm curious. What's the question? Let's go. I know you got to go, but let's go.
No, not necessarily. I got time. But it was just my thought process was, okay, yeah, he's the president of the United States of America at the time. Is there wording? Is there verbiage saying that if you have an act of infidelity, if you cheat on your wife, then you lose your seat as president?
I don't know if it's wording. I know he just, they did bring him up as far as impeachment. So it had to be something there.
Yeah.
I think the thing about it is he lied. He lied under oath or something like that. That was the crime.
Maybe that was it with the.
I don't think it was him getting fellatio or anything like that. All right. I don't think it was him getting fellatio or anything like that. I think it was because he was under oath and they was questioning him and he lied and said he didn't get his he didn't get no sloppy toppy.
He went from fellatio to sloppy toppy.
That's not what he was about to say.
I was trying to keep, me. I was trying to keep it like, I'm trying to be right. Yeah, that's what I really want to say, man. Motherfucker, I get head.
As far as Sharon Morris, I don't know. Right now the case is there's still a lot of we don't know in terms of how this actually transpired. Like what caused it to get to this point to where he's getting arrested and breaking and entering. Like as far as I know, as far as what I heard, going to her house and putting a knife up to his throat, threatening. Like what caused this whole situation to blow up? Because apparently from the videos that I've seen, pretty much a whole lot of people knew about it.
Yeah. Well, look, to me, this is what probably happened, right? The university probably knew about it. And they was probably telling him, bro, long as this shit don't come out, you keep the shit under wraps. But you got to end this shit and find some way for this shit not to come out. You cool. Because if they was going to fire him, they would have fired him right after the last game. In college football, for you to fire him now, you're putting your program at a disservice. Because now you fire him, now all the people like, okay, this is the coach I want to play on. Not everybody jumping in transfer portal. Your football program is in shambles. And it'll take you 2 to 3 years before you get it back to how you want to get it. And Michigan is not going for that. So therefore, that's why they fire him now. Now, they fire him now because he probably went and got himself arrested and got into some trouble with it. Because I think what I was hearing, allegedly, is that his wife must have found out about some of this and started going crazy and put him out or something like that.
Yeah, the story I heard was...
I think he went over her house and started acting crazy and everything because he's going to lose his family now.
What a knife. Nigga wild, man.
Yeah, he just was wild. And all this is allegedly. This is just stories that I've been hearing.
He don't deserve no extra coochie. Nigga coming with a knife. Nigga, what you doing, man?
Everybody be wanting 2 and 3 females, but everybody can't handle that. Like people be out there ready to kill themselves over some coochie.
You coming with a knife, so you finna kill the bitch? Like, the fuck? You finna kill the bitch?
Over some coochie. Well, how they say it,
boy, y'all be wild. I don't mean to laugh at him because you know what I'm saying. He got his own issues, but come on, man, you showing up over motherfucking crib with a knife. You thought that was gonna end well, bro? She's white. You in the state of Michigan. Michigan don't like niggas like that. It's a lot of niggas. They don't like niggas like that. Michigan got a lot of niggas. They don't like niggas like that.
And guess where they at? Mostly in Detroit.
And you at Michigan, the University of Michigan. You supposed to be at Michigan State with the niggas. Just saying. That shit might have worked over there.
Hey. But it's all it's like the more you let come out, the more you let come out and let get to the media, it's time for you to go now. Because they would have kept him. If this shit could have stayed on the wraps and he would have never got arrested or anything like that, they would have kept him. Because now they would probably fire him next year, but they wouldn't have fired him this year because it's too late. And he got a bowl game, the coach, too. It's too late for him to be getting fired. Like, if he would have got fired, if he was going to get fired, he would have got fired right after the Ohio State-Michigan game.
The story that I was hearing was allegedly an Uber driver delivered a Plan B to him or his mistress, and they recognized him, and then the Uber driver tipped somebody off, and that's how his wife found out.
Motherfuckers always talking. Mind your fucking business and deliver my Plan B, nigga.
Why are you getting Plan B delivered?
You could have sent her to the store to go get that.
Hey,
send her to the store is hilarious.
Why not? They do everything else.
But look, though, you ain't even have to go send her.
She got an abortion, didn't she? She clearly can't be shamed. Go get the Plan B.
What? Bro, you ain't got no assistance or nothing that you can go get the Plan B?
Hey, I just shot the club up. Go get the Plan B.
Or no. Bro, you
He
in
was
a
about
position.
he was about to shoot the club up, so he had the Plan B on standby.
But look though, you know what you doing. Why you ain't like Diddy had baby oil? Why you ain't got Plan Bs on deck?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case.
You should have a case of those.
He said, I'm finna get something raw tonight. I'm finna get it raw tonight. I'm finna get him in.
No, man, 30 M's getting fumbling 30 M's over that, bro. And
hey, boy,
you can find nothing else, bro.
What you call to say on All About the Benches? He say $30 million worth of lottery tickets. You think I'm fucking crazy? Nigga, I'm insane. Nigga, $30 million. All right. I don't want to say what I really want to say. Y'all already be calling me a criminal and all that other shit. So I'm gonna keep them thoughts to myself. But just know, motherfucker would have been missing.
I beg your pardon.
Facts. Facts.
I beg your pardon.
Yes.
I beg.
Now here's the question, because one of the things people like to talk about is that she was white. What would be the sentiment if she was black?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know once you said Michigan, once you say Ann Arbor,
you knew it was white.
This was white. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure black. Look, they got their own issues when you're dealing with some black women. But I knew once you said Michigan and you said Ann Arbor, I thought white. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I was right.
It's still, to me, it's still a woman messing up your bag. I understand we got the jokes. I understand all that stuff. You just let a woman mess up $30 million.
No, he let himself. It ain't even the woman that's messing up the bag.
Yes,
because if you said she played her own role, this nigga come to the crib with the knife. That's what I'm saying, nigga. What you gonna do? Kill the bitch?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You definitely not gonna get the family back now.
But she played her role. I heard he was the one who was acting crazy. She knew who the fuck she was. She played her role.
There's a lot of theories that I'm hearing that kind of makes sense. It's like, well, never mind. Oh, like what is it? What was it? I forget what song it was. And the only reason I know about the song is because when I was watching the Tyler Perry plays, he
got that on your heavy rotation. Don't be lying, nigga. You got that on your heavy rotation.
It was a song where, or maybe it was just a part of the play, but the side piece went to the wife and said, "Your husband is cheating on both of us."
No, I've heard some shit like that. I've heard some shit like that before.
That wasn't R. Kelly, was it?
No, I know it was Madea for sure where I heard it from, but I don't know.
R. Kelly got a song like that.
I've heard that shit before.
It's called Double Life.
Yeah, I heard that shit before.
It's like she started catching feelings and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell your wife because I want you," and he freaked out.
Wait, how does side piece say he cheating on both of us?
Let me get a third woman.
Oh, okay, all right.
Nigga, they was okay with 2, but when you bring 3, nigga, we didn't agree to this.
He blew 30 M, 6 million a month, man. Oh, sorry, 6 million a year.
Oh, so it was just 30 M's.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 M's.
Well, good luck to him, man. I hope everything works out, man. He got enough money to get him a lawyer. So, good luck, brother.
Yeah, and I ain't wishing you shit, nigga. Get up out of it. I ain't got nothing to say for you, nigga. It is what it is. You just fucked up a bag for some pussy.
All right, man. This is the last one. I really want to get you guys' opinion about this, right? So share this with two people. Let them know that your favorite After Church podcast is live. We're having some great conversations today. This is going to be our last subject for the day. Now, I know you guys have heard about the Netflix versus Paramount bidding war to obtain Warner Brothers IP. All right, so just got a couple videos. They're shorts. Let's see here.
Well, that's got to go through a process, and we'll see what happens. Netflix is a great company. They've done a phenomenal job. Ted is a fantastic man. I have a lot of respect for him, but it's a lot of market share. So we'll have to see what happens.
How have you prepared to host tonight?
Well, maybe I haven't prepared. Maybe you want to be a little bit loose. If you look at the great hosts, Johnny
Pause.
Those are the greats. If you look at the not so greats, like Jimmy Kimmel, he was just terrible. But no, I think you want to be just loose and not a lot to prepare for it. Really. You know what you have to be? You have to be yourself.
I've been asking your cabinet tonight, is this going to be more Johnny Carson or Don Rickles?
Well, Don, I know both, and they were both great guys.
Yeah, that's not the one I thought it was. But I got a second video real quick. That one is better. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let's see right here.
Launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, initiating a potentially bruising battle with Netflix for the company behind HBO, CNN, and DC Studios. Paramount said it's going straight to Warner Bros. Shareholders with a bid worth about $74.4 billion. It's also offering to buy the cable assets of Warner Bros. And is asking shareholders to reject the Netflix bid. On Friday, Netflix struck a deal to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. The transaction is expected to close in the next 12 to 18 months. But President Donald Trump said Sunday that the deal could be a problem because of the size of the combined market share.
Well, that's got to go through a process. And
all right. So that's pretty much the gist of it on the surface level. So Warner Brothers is selling this IP, and Netflix at first they put up a $72 billion offer to buy it, and then Paramount entered the bidding war with a $74.4 billion offer. And the difference between the two, obviously, besides the amount, is Paramount is offering to buy the IP cash, whereas Netflix isn't. I don't know the details about Netflix, like how they plan on paying $72 billion, but that's the gist of it right now. So my question to you guys is, obviously, what do you think about it? But two, do you think Netflix is trying to monopolize the streaming industry?
I thought also Netflix was intending on taking on whatever debt that Warner Brothers had too. So I mean, I feel like they already basically monopolized where else are you going for streaming? And I feel like that's other companies' fault for not Warner Brothers, Paramount, whoever. Like that was your fault. You allowed Netflix to get in the game, right? They allowed even with like Redbox. I remember when Redbox. You remember when Redbox was hot,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you had Redbox, and this is when Blockbuster was around. Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. So those guys already had skin in the game. Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. They could have already kind of had forethought to let's put something out like Redbox. Let's start doing our streaming. Maybe get into some streaming services like Netflix. You guys already had billions of dollars. Think a lot of these older companies, they become like dinosaurs, man. They just, you know what I mean? They kind of get a one-track mind, or this is how we make our money, and think it's going to be that way forever. But you're going to have to diversify. So I think what Netflix is really doing is starting to diversify, just like companies like Amazon. This is the
I was
reason
just
why
gonna
they're
say,
doing so well, right? So they start one way and then they move into other avenues. And I think Netflix is doing it because Netflix is putting out some decent product as far as their own movies. So why not have like production and all that? A good production area and stuff. Yeah, I could see them becoming they're already a major player, so I think they already kind of monopolized the industry as far as streaming, um, at least movies and but I don't know.
This always remind me of, like, we always go to the culture. You remember the movie, what it was, Get Down or Lay Down?
Mm-hmm.
This just remind me of that. Either you're gonna get down or you're gonna lay down.
State property.
Yeah, state property. We're gonna like you say, with the Hollywood videos, the blockbuster. Netflix came and say that, bro, we're gonna put you out here and they're gonna give you pennies on the dollar and we're gonna take all that shit from you.
Mm-hmm.
Redbox the same way. Hey, we're gonna do this and we're gonna get that up out you too. Let us get that. Like Amazon do. Amazon see you starting up. Oh, it look like a good idea. Hey, let us go ahead and get that right now before you get a little too big. Let us get that.
Mm-hmm.
And the government allowed them to do that, but it ain't just people forget. It ain't just about Paramount, Warner Brothers, and all this stuff. It's really about who's going to control all the news. With Warner Brothers come a couple news stations and stuff like that too. So if you get all these companies owning one person owning one news station, that gets to put out whatever propaganda or whatever news that they want to paint their narrative. So let's say, even if it's CNN or even if it's Fox, if Fox or CNN own all the news, that's the only thing we will see when it comes to news. And like we were saying before, it's news supposed to be unbiased. Like Every Day was saying about the journalism being unbiased. Just report the news. We don't need your opinion. Just give us all the facts in the news. Let us come up with our own thing of what's going on. So we think it's just about Warner Brothers and all that. Bro, this is way bigger than Nino Brown. This is way bigger than me. This is about news and controlling the narrative. This is way bigger than that. So people are really asking the government to step in because of the monopolization of news networks. See, if one of them buy the news, then they control all the news and everything we see. So then that's going to be really, really thing. Because we already don't know what's really going on. We already, somebody lying over here, and it's a middle part where the truth is. So this is way bigger than Nino Brown. This is way bigger than just $74 million. This is some shit that's a planning that goes on for this is a plan for 10, 12 years down the line.
Well, what up?
We think this just for us. No, this shit way bigger than what we really thinking. So I need more context of it. I'm in the space, so I hear people talking about it. But I think it's way more. I don't have Will, what's going on? Salute. But to me, it's way, way more going on than just that. It's a lot more complex. And I know Space is gonna probably be humble. What's happening? It's gonna be a lot more that Space is gonna bring up. It's gonna be a lot more that Jay Every Day gonna bring up in this next couple minutes too. But this is just to me, this is way, way bigger than what we thinking, and it's just surface level, scratching the surface.
Will be humble. What's good? Yeah, I agree with you guys' sentiments. My thought process is, in one hand, I'm looking at it from a business standpoint, from the standpoint of Netflix. Listening to the shows that Netflix would acquire by acquiring Warner Bros. One of them being, I talk about this show all the time, Game of Thrones. I'm excited from a viewer standpoint. From a viewer standpoint, I'm like, okay, this is more stuff because I'm an avid Netflix watcher, especially with their limited series, which are only 8 episodes. Some of the consistently greatest shows that I've ever watched. Consistently, right? So from a viewer standpoint, okay, I got more stuff to watch, especially when I'm doing my editing. I have that playing in the background while I'm doing my editing, and they make for great conversation pieces. From a viewer standpoint, it's like if Netflix acquires Warner Bros., then its library is gonna exponentially grow because it's a lot of stuff that Warner Bros. Has put up, right? Now, the consumer in me is like, okay, right now, me, person, Spaces, I get Netflix for free through my phone service. If you acquire this Warner Bros. IP, are you going to increase the price to where I now have to pay? Now, Apple TV, I also have Apple TV through my phone. Apple increased their price, which then caused Apple TV for free to me to now be $3 a month. You acquire this stuff, Netflix. Are you going to, which is most likely going to happen? Are you going to increase your monthly subscription price? Because people are already complaining about that. People are already talking about it. It started. Didn't Netflix started off like $6.99 or $8.99 or whatever it was, and now it's like 15 something. I'm not sure.
Facts, you're right.
So now you're going to increase it to $20 a month?
Do that if you want to. I ain't gonna be the plug for people no more.
They're the replacement of cable. So this is, to me, is just a new wave of cable. They're trying to, people, I'm pretty sure, have gotten rid of their cable bills, and but I feel like they're slowly trying to inch their way back into the cable. Basically, cable was the one-stop shop, or Dish Network, and then we all pay $49, $50 a month. Eventually, Netflix is gonna go that way.
You think so? But I already know that the streaming services have. I 100% agree that streaming services have replaced cable, because I don't have cable at all. I just have internet, and the streaming services / YouTube are my TV, I guess you could say. On the flip side, Netflix gets this deal, which I'm leaning towards Netflix getting it, because I don't see, with Netflix being the absolute titan in streaming services that it is, I don't see how Paramount could keep up with the bids that Netflix could put up.
But ain't Warner Brothers part of HBO too?
Yeah, that's Game of Thrones. When I watch Game of Thrones, it's through Netflix. I mean, through HBO.
Bro, they fuck around and get that plus that, and I think is it? It's what is it? It's not Marvel. What is it? What's the other one?
DC.
Ain't DC with HBO and all that too? So I would like to see the movies, but I am not paying the price. Like,
that's pay per view too, right?
Huh?
Remember, that's pay per view too, right?
That's fights.
HBO do, yeah, that's fights. They already kind of got into the fight thing. Yeah.
See, and like you say, this will bump the price to where, if you want all this stuff, Netflix.
What you want?
Boy, that's that 2 a.m.
Yeah, that is. Netflix can charge whatever they want to. And what you're going to do?
That's
they
exactly
can charge whatever they want to, and what are you going to do?
Fire stick.
I'm already like Netflix got a couple more charges or what you call it, and I'm gonna just say fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
They got maybe 1 or 2 more. And the way the economy going, shit, if this shit go crazy next January, nigga, it might be next month.
Yeah, that's what I think. A lot of the companies, maybe they do figure it out, but it's like, bro, you started here, and all of a sudden we just slowly crept our way up. I only got so many more of these. Like, well, I'd be like, fuck, I don't even really need the TV. TV.
I don't watch it.
I look at the wall and imagine. God damn it, that's free.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I watch YouTube.
Yeah, I got YouTube Premium.
YouTube Premium.
And that's slowly going up. You feel me? So
I don't do all that. I'm cool.
So I pulled up a few things about this conversation. So one of them is the stuff Netflix could acquire by. Oh, here we go. So it says if Netflix buys Warner Bros., they acquire massive IPs like Harry Potter, which is crazy. Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Dog, look, I don't mean to cut you off, Spaces. I know you're going to keep reading. But those first 4 that you're going to read alone is worth the deal.
Harry Potter, the DC Universe. Not a few shows, not a few movies. The DC Universe. Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, Looney Tunes classic films, HBO Max streaming, the Burbank Studio, and Warner Bros. Come on, like.
And then they said the gaming division. I don't know about this, but put us back on the big screen, because we're going to show our age right here, right? I don't know if y'all remember this, but y'all remember when Sega Genesis had the thing with cable, when you twist the cable and it gave you all those games with it?
Oh yeah.
What if they bring back some shit like that with that gaming universe with the goddamn screaming shit?
Sega TV.
Yes. What if they bring back some of that with the Netflix that you get so many games for your Xbox, for your thing for free that you paying a subscription for, and all those games come with it?
And that's already where gaming is kind of going. And even on Xbox, it's like it's starting to become just subscription based.
So like how they always say, history don't repeat itself, but it damn sure rhymes. And it's kind of looking, when I just saw that, I'm like, they can go and veer off to that thing too. Like Jerry Day said, you like people think that this is just the only way, but you gotta kind of move with the times. Everything is going with streaming and cloud and all this stuff. And you see Texas building all these warehouses to store all this massive data and got 18 football fields of data warehouses where you got to be by a body of what. See, people don't know about that. People don't know that Texas is building a 1,000 acre, 2,000 acre data center.
Mm-hmm.
And it gotta be like, see this is Trapper Wall Street coming out right now. When you watch Trapper, this is what you get that you learn. When you go watch him. And it gotta be a body of water so it can cool the data centers. So it's like right off the coast of Texas or some shit like that, where they building these data centers.
They got one right there off 394 that they building. Right there, just is that Wooddale? Right there in Wooddale, they just they kind of did the Bensonville thing where the kind of O'Hare expansion where they said so in Wooddale, I do believe it's Wooddale right off Thorndale, is that they bought some communities. Some people was trying to hold out, but they started hitting them with the eminent domain.
Yeah, let me get that.
But they building the places to store the computers and stuff like that. But I guess my question is to you guys, what does, and maybe you do or don't know, but what is it that Warner Brothers got going on that they need to sell?
Nothing. They know what it is. Bro, all of them is some kin to each other or some type of friends. You remember that big old like ball thing that they had with the president and all the richest people in the world?
Yeah.
I would have just rather, I wanted to be, I didn't even want to be there. I want to just get a microphone and hear what's going on and what's the conversation going on. Because that's what they talked about.
Talking about Epstein.
I'm just saying, I want to hear about the business.
So it says Warner Bros. Is selling, it's essentially being sold due to massive debt from past mergers. AT&T buying Time Warner, then merging with Discovery, declining cable revenue, that was Warner Brothers' bag. Cord cutting and need for strategic flexibility to complete in the streaming era. So they're selling because they're a cable-based company and everybody's going away from cable.
And the WB.
but it's just the time, like you say, it's the times we in. They thought it was going that way. They bought all that shit thinking it'd pay off, but it didn't. And Netflix sitting over there with just piles and piles and piles of cash. Netflix, I wonder how much Netflix roll in every month. Out of all their subscriptions that they got, how much money I wonder do they get a month? Then they go from a month, how much do they get a year?
Let's see if I can. Is Netflix's
revenue, like I guess you say revenue a month.
Yeah. This is exactly what I just saw because I had there while we're on that subject then, since I'm gonna pull that up anyway. 1 second. So I typed in Netflix monthly revenue. Netflix monthly revenue per month. Netflix revenue per month varies globally, averaging around 11.64 for 2023, but significantly higher in North America, around 17.6 in late 2024.
That's big. That's probably B, right?
Yeah. Yep. So what I also did was pull up Netflix's stock price because I was just curious. Now, people that don't know about the stock market or don't know about Netflix, they recently did a stock split.
What it was, Space? When it 10-1?
It was before they did this. Yeah, it was 10-1. Yeah. Now, before they did the split, though, it was $1,100 per share. So don't let that little 95 that you see on the screen fool you. And this is one of the things I've been saying. Like, I'll say that for the mesh, but yeah. So it's $95. It seems like it's some time to get in. It seems like it's some time to get in, but yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research.
But still, you still got to check the price and to see. Even with the split, it's still it calibrates to if that's still a high. Don't be buying highs, y'all. That's like stock 101. Don't buy high. Don't fuck around and buy high and then sell low. It's the opposite, bro. You buy low and sell high, okay? But you so itching to get in that you don't look at that. Like, be calm and be patient. It's okay to just, like Trapper say, sometimes your best bet is to do nothing. Like, people don't understand what that means. Do some thinking to yourself. But sometimes it's your best bet to do nothing and say nothing and just sit in silence.
What are you about to say?
Is this something that you got? Is this something as far as Netflix, acquiring the WB? Is this something that you guys stand behind? Is this something that you'd like to see?
What, them requiring that?
Yes.
I don't really do it because it's monopolizing the market and it's gonna make something totally like it's gonna be a different animal. If Netflix fuck around and get that, it's gonna make it a different animal.
Faces, what do you think?
I agree with Mo. I think if we're looking at it from a stock standpoint, then everybody if you have stock in Netflix, obviously you want to see it grow. Yeah. And acquiring Warner Bros. Will be incredible for Netflix. But on the flip side, from a consumer standpoint, I don't want to see any prices go up.
It's bad for us.
I don't want to see any prices go up. And then, I'm sorry, one last thing. The one last thing is I don't want to see them monopolize the market for the same. I guess it kind of goes to what I just said. I don't want to see them monopolize the market because the only way for them to not charge whatever they want to charge is for them to not monopolize the market by becoming this like intangible titan that no other streaming services can compete with. And now actually, and I'll show this real quick and then I'll have you go. I just Googled the top 10 streaming services by subscribers, and it's Netflix with 301 million, Amazon Prime Video was 20 million, which is now a lot of people like to say Amazon is a competitor for Netflix. I personally don't necessarily think so, in my opinion, because in order for Amazon to compete with Netflix, they had to group ESPN, Prime Video, and something else, Disney Plus. Like they got 3 different things contributing to
Hulu too. I think I got Hulu too.
And Hulu, yeah, that's what I mean. Hulu. They had to combine these 3 things to get that 20 million. But anyway.
And one more thing, then we'll let Jerry Day go. To piggyback and to go right with what Spacer said, for Amazon to compete with Netflix, they have to buy movies. Netflix makes movies.
All right, go ahead, Jerry Day. I'm done.
Yeah, even with somebody like Amazon, I never count them out, right? Even if however they come down in that shit, right? It's Amazon, so you can't count them out. They fuck around and bag Netflix at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be Amazon flicks fucking with them.
Yeah,
okay. So, but even from a like you said, from a consumer base, you wouldn't want to see that happen. However, it's like, well, I can make some money from this as far as, as far as investing. And that becomes the conundrum there is, would you invest on something that you don't want to see happening? And I feel like if you investing on something that you don't want, if you investing on something that you don't want to see happening, it defeats the purpose. Like you're pushing money into something, but then on the flip, it's like, well, I don't want that to happen. You see what I'm saying, fellas?
I totally get where you're coming from. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make some money, and I get it. But then it's like at a certain point, it's like basically fuck Netflix. You know what I mean? Move on. I get it because it's like Netflix, boom. You never know. That $95 can balloon back up to another $1,100 a share, right? So that's a quick way to make some bread. But then it's like, at the end of the day, these people they're the ones who's actually making the money. That's how I really look at this thing, especially if it's not anything that is really going to help us.
That's true. That's you're 100% true with that, and that's why I always say we
Miss
sit
Nikki,
around
what's
here.
up?
Yeah, Nikki and Desiree, how y'all doing today?
Desiree, what up?
We always contradict ourselves in so many ways, but we don't want to admit it too. That's the thing. Like that's the thing I don't like when you don't admit it, because we contradict on everything we say. At one point, we'd be like, "Man, I don't want this." Like, okay, you brought this up a long time ago when you was talking about the demise of like AI rapidly replacing a lot of humans, but also a lot of us investing in NVIDIA. And that's the AI space. So you can't be saying on the other line, I don't want this to do this, but you invest in NVIDIA. That's why I say we contradict ourselves with a lot of shit we do and say. Because a lot of shit we buy and put our money into, it's the same thing we saying we don't do this and don't do that. You don't know. A lot of your 401k that you got to invest in is a lot of shit that you probably despise.
Yeah, that's true. It was something I said before because I know, like, with Vanguard, they invest in a lot of private prisons and stuff like that, right? So I think they're like the number two or one or two bed they have the number one or two amount of beds, private beds, right? As far as prisons. And personally didn't like that. But I felt like it's just basically out of to me, that's basically out of my hands. You know what I'm saying? As far as me having Vanguard, I'll just say that, me having Vanguard. And that's not really a controllable of mine. Who are they investing in? Yeah, there's certain things like I could take my 401k all the way down or something like that. But in the long run, that would hurt me. But as far as individual investments, I wouldn't individually invest in something that's going to definitely hurt me or others. I just don't see that. I mean, I get it. It's a way to make money, but I feel like a lot of times people aren't really doing their research enough, okay, to figure out if this is really helping or hindering people. Like if you were to invest in Cargill, right? Is what Cargill doing helping or hindering people? I would say, fuck it. I wouldn't invest in Cargill because they food, they manufacture things that they do isn't really helpful. Yeah, it's farmers and stuff that kind of get paid behind that, but I just feel like they're using what's that, Monsanto and all that. So when it comes to investing, I think people need to obviously, you look at the trends, stop looking at the trends, look more deeper into the company and see if their moral values, if they have any, aligns with yours.
Well, you stole the match for me because that's a good one, man. I'm gonna just let that go.
Yeah.
All right. So Desiree and Miss Nikki, y'all caught us at the tail end of the show. I know we normally are starting the live at this point, but we had to start early today because we got stuff to do later. But
and I've been at work since 2 a.m. Don't forget to mention that. We're gonna name that. Marl was at work at 2 a.m.
But thank you guys for stopping by the way. Stopping by anyway. This has been another rendition of your favorite after church podcast, the No Key Podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, Kings. I am your man, Spaces.
Yeah, every day.
Hey, I go by your boy Marl, man. Love each other. Me and the John.